No more take those please. Azai. Halo chaos. 50. Muka aku nggak gelap kan guys? Aman kan? What's up guys? Oke, semoga kita nggak menghadapi namanya oh no. Lapisku jatuh ke mousepad itu. Tadi T1 menang. Gue nonton di TV. Iya juga T1. Udah gue bilang, anjay. Kasih mereka momentum, pasti menang. Ya, Beli bener-bener terbantai cok. Beli tuh bener-bener nggak berkutik sumpah. Bro had no chance. What's up bro? What's up man? Rambut jamur gue udah hilang ya, sudah gue basmi pakai apa sih dah namanya racun apa? Buat pemusnah jamur. Sumpah nomor tag pos. Gua tuh sumpah harusnya hari ini jam sekarang tuh udah jam istirahat gua. Tapi cuman gara-gara tag pos ya. Sekarang jam 8.24 dan gue yakin ARK mulai jam 9. Ini kok ARK extend sampai jam 11 lagi tag pos lagi. Gua nggak tahu lagi harus gimana cuy. Kita sambil enjoy makan kue lapis bro, you know. Habis ini ARK vs Genji. Kamu nunggu apa? Di Korea baru jam, iya, di Korea tuh lebih malam lagi. Perbedaan TOKO 2 jam. All in ARK, gue juga all in ARK, let's go man. In ARK we trust bro.
All in Genji.
No stop. Genji suck bro.
Dodges all the bullets. That's when he got in their head and he just ran with it on Lotus.
You really think so? I mean, we did see a lot less.
Virusnya tadi viewer aja bete apalagi playernya ya. Tapi untungnya si playernya disuruh sempat balik istirahat ke ruangan sih. Kalau enggak ya bete, kalau enggak masa playernya disuruh tunggu di depan. Di situ gila ini lama banget.
Yes, and the other thing is we saw this during the offseason as well. And T1, the reason I believe they like Lotus is they actually use the entire map.
Ini kalau prediksi gue ya.
Attack and defense, right? On attack, we
ARK.
and that's what you want to do when a map has 3 sites. You want to constantly confuse them so that they can't ever shift away from their default. You can't ever focus on one side, or you're shifting to the wrong side of the map.
13.
And then they were always going in like 5v1,
13-8,
things like that.
13-9.
How to work this map of Lotus.
I'm not gonna lie
We
though,
bet, bro.
rounds did feel a little bit nerve-wracking because the plant came down to like 5 seconds remaining and then the spike gets planted. It gets a little bit scary, but you're absolutely right.
Kalau ARK tag pos lagi, gue main TFT bangsat.
Where these rotations would go, or if they would even.
I'm gonna play TFT bro.
Okay, for those last few rounds where we saw Izu had that setup, hiding around C side and then using the shrouded set. A lot of mental conditioning coming into this, and Lee just couldn't quite get a grasp of that.
Now we talked a lot about Izu, and he wants to be the next Faker, and he was brilliant. I'm definitely an Izu fan, but
Lu pada bayangin aja. Tadi VCT stream mulai dari jam 1 bener ya. Bahkan kurang lagi jam 12. Kelar jam 8:30 sekarang. Satu game. Dan masih ada 2 game berlanjut. Habis Arki Genji masih ada satu lagi, gue lupa. Secret kalau salah.
That's a huge impact for the team, and obviously overall KD as well. 2010 294 ACS.
Lah perasaan tadi 12-12 sekarang 13-6. Itu map kedua. Map pertama udah menang 12-12 jadi 12-14. Dimenangkan sama T1. Ya nggak sih, lupa gue. Terus map kedua baru 13-6. MVP Carpe, X-Current 14-10. Carpe, tadi Carpe bener-bener zero kill tuh di. Apa katanya 13-3 kan prediksi bisa salah. Berarti gue punya prediksi win rate gue tuh mulai menurun lagi nih. Tapi yang ini Genji sama Arki harusnya 13-9. Genji itu sebentar, player Genji siapa sekarang? Siapa Genji? Genji sekarang isinya ada Lakia, Texter balik lagi ke ini, ke Meteor, Munchkin, Aron. Munchkin siapa, Cok? Oh, Munchkin. Munchkin dari Crazy Raccoon ke T1. Terus ada Caron, Hunter. Dia sebelumnya gak ada. Oh, dia masih baru, Cok. Terus kenapa bisa tiba-tiba dia masuk ya? Ini masih pemain baru loh, guys. Udah gak usah lihat iklan kirinya. CG korek split 2. Dia dari Nono masuk ke Genji. Ini orang siapa? Bang iklannya. Ya mau gimana iklannya, gue bisa apa-apain juga tadi.
Tonight we have Genji and RQ.
2013-11. Gue masih gak ngerti sih Karon. Oh, dia nomor.
Yeah. With that, guys, we're gonna go into really
Welcome,
quick
Karon Valorant. The final piece complete Genji.
When we come back, we are gonna jump straight into match 2.
Kamu suka mencari apa di Amazon Fruit? Gue bahkan gak pernah buka Amazon bangsat. Never be one time open Amazon, coy. Tapi yang tadi yang apa namanya? Yang Tikuan ini, yang Genji ini siapa? Maksudnya kayak gue nggak pernah lihat dia main dimanapun gitu. Dia dari tim Nonono. Tim Nonono kayak gak ada nama ya. Terus tiba-tiba masuk ke Genji gitu, tanpa ada pertahap gitu. Gue aja bingung sendiri, guys. Ini Arki mana? Yes, ini Arki main. Nah ini serius gue bingung ini. Kok bisa anjing? Kita Indonesia ya sebagai pemain aja kualifikasi ya butuh susah banget. Karena kalau nggak lihat orang dalam gitu. Tadi Arki ini nggak meyakinkan. Kita lihat dulu. Kita nonton dulu. Kita belum nontonnya udah nggak bisa apa namanya? Nggak bakal tahu. Soalnya ini kan pertama kali ya mereka as a new team ya. Semenjak masuk Jemkin sama Estrella. Semoga sih gue berharap Arki ada kebentuk chemistry yang lebih bagus lagi ketimbang sama sebelumnya gitu. Aku rasa ini, gue nggak tahu, gue ngerasa kayak Karon ini gue nggak pernah lihat di mana. Lihat dari history juga dari Nonono. Ini tim random anjing. Terus tiba-tiba masuk Genji gitu, masuk ke tier 1 gitu.
HP.
Itu lu buka aja Genji cok. Genji ada pemain namanya Karon Kim Won-tae. Terus dia sebelumnya di tim random namanya Nonono, random banget itu. Terus tiba-tiba masuk Genji men.
Kayak tim VCL.
No, bahkan VCL kalah cok. Kalah sama tim juga no-name juga.
Who the
Karena
fuck is this player, bro?
Bang
What?
mulai jam berapa? Gue juga tahu semua gak.
This is my wet dream, bro. He's living my wet dream.
Ya,
What the
anjing.
fuck?
Tiba-tiba masuk anjing. Gue cuma
That's
berharap.
insane.
Gue cuma berharap gak take pause sih udah sati. Kalau gak, aduh, I don't know how gimana anjing lewatinnya. Paling kalau take pause kita main game lain. Random, sumpah itu random banget Tin.
Juara 1 tapi di turnamen VCL Korea.
Juara 1,
Juara 3 malah.
juara 3, bahkan gak menang akhirnya.
Bahkan gak menang anjir.
Gue udah
Juara 1
bilang.
masih masuk akal dah kayaknya.
That's what I'm saying man.
Our growth story.
Oh sayang.
Never give up.
Maksud lu nyindir yang di titip-titip itu bang? Gue mah di sini gak nyindir siapa-siapa sebenarnya. Cuma bagi merasa mungkin ya menurut kalian itu apa merasa dia atau itu ya gitulah. Cuma di Indonesia tuh emang susah guys. Demi apapun, gue kasih kalian ya di luar arki ya. Gue gak mau sebutin organisasi manapun. Sumpah orang dalam itu penting banget cok. Kenapa? New iPhone?
Role dia apa anjing? Bahkan kita gak tahu anjir.
Di Indonesia tuh susah banget masuk organisasi. Sejago apapun lu cuma bisa masuk tim yang gak ada nama cuy. Tim community. Halo sayang.
Oh, and he's a smoker. GG man.
Mulai kapan? Gue gak tahu guys. Ini aja sekarang masih iklan. Harusnya 15 menit lagi.
Really sad for us. It was not good because we didn't qualify to single master.
Not good enough. My performance was.
Welcome back Frudo. Halo Aidin. Bang Kitsu mana? Kitsu lagi istirahat, dia habis setup HP baru dia. Dia habis beli HP baru dia. Nah udah.
But from our like in-house expectation, we definitely didn't reach what we wanted to. We felt like we needed to make improvement.
We built a new roster now. We have the confidence.
Where's my webcam? Nah.
So I think we just need to practice now.
The first thing on my list was
Orlo
we
mau
needed
sebenarnya ya gak cuma organisasi sih. Bahkan lu hidup di dunia ini juga Orlo tuh penting cok.
spoken about it openly. So the first name on my list was Maxim, aka Jepkin.
It feels good to move to Korea. It was hard to make visa, but I'm glad that I'm here right now.
This guy is.
Zemiken itu
Every time,
Rusia kan?
I just do something and then he just entry and then he just kill 4 and then kill 3.
Sometimes you see duelist.
Sayang banget nih teh botol ganti.
Or 2 kills.
Ya rugi sih sebenarnya. Gue seneng, gue malah seneng teh botol ganti. Terkecuali teh botolnya sponsor sponsor si David ya gue gak masalah cok. Masalahnya gak di sponsor gak di apa-apa ya enak banget teh botol tiba-tiba naik anjing.
I can help my teammates, so yeah.
Another thing is that we're looking for a flash initiator player that can actually frag. And
Bikin konten sekali-sekali sama cewek lu bang. Ada Sun di
팀의 에스트레아라고 하고요. 저는
니키춘. berapa?
폴로로 플레이하고 있습니다. Mechanically
Apa itu?
very talented in aim. Second calling
Hah?
also is like very good
Ini.
decision making.
Gak kedengaran.
Call this when to dog, use util. Overall is like best initiator player in Apex. 제가 생각했을 땐 제가
apa itu?
못 온다고 생각을 안 하거든요. 곧 데뷔 시작하니까 보여드리면 되지 않나.
one of our first rounds we did was Jemkin and Estrella together. I don't think I've
Ini
seen
have to getting code aja.
have that level of chemistry for the first time playing together, so that made me really excited. I feel like I can
Mau ambil
work
apa?
on top of that and then make it like a champions
Apa?
qualifying team.
이렇게 때려.
Oh buka aja. Pakai masker kalau bisa ambil masker dulu. Aku nanti gak sengaja kerekam.
I'm always excited. I want to play against something because he's also Russian guy. And
Ada Kitsu guys, dia mau buka WA dulu dia.
It will be a good match. You play against him.
We found
Ambil di atas.
what we needed. I
Di
thought
lacinya.
we qualified and everything, yeah.
we are still the underdog.
Arki enak bracket dong, tapi ada final boss. Ya, sini gak ada enak sih. Semuanya di dalam VCT ini semua jago-jago, cok. Kayak Genji ada open trial kemarin, Fruit. Terus si Karen di Terra cocok. Oh, lebih bagus gitu sih. Lebih bagus open trial terus cari yang paling cocok terus masukin sih daripada ambil nyari orang dalam semua. Orang dalam itu mostly terjadi di tier 2 dan tier 3 ya, cok. I'm just saying that kenyataannya aja gitu. Udah? Kenapa HP-nya minyak banget? Nanti ya bersihin. Ya, Niki kesalahan dikasih barang-barang kompor lu, Fruit enggak? Kenapa lu gak main, Kak? Karena gua cuman konten kreator dan soon menjadi pembisnis gitu. Gue mau mencari duit pasti soalnya. Being pro player sebenarnya salah satu passionku juga, tapi kita tahu diri aja, skill gue nggak nyampe ke sana. Jadi ya maksimal cuma nyampe streamer, sampingan juga ada bisnis, you know. It's how life work. Diki kesana telat gak bang? Nggak telat. Kita masuk top leader tuh. Nah di tes di tim kayak mana ras mainnya. Dia nomor 1 kalau nggak salah. Stop makan kue lapis tofu. Bisnis apa? Gue sekarang lagi jalanin sih green bean, ekspor impor. Pasar kita di sini. Baby, wanna say hi to my viewers? We only pay half. Oh, tukar tambah. Lumayan juga. Wanna say hi? I think you're too small. Nah. Kamu udah mandi belum sih? Beli apa dia? iPhone 15. Stop tofu, stop eating kue lapis, bro. Gue tau kue lapis enak, tapi itu punya gue. Sana, hus. Sana. Dia doyan banget makan kue lapis gue, sumpah. Padahal 16 bentar lagi keluar. Bodoh amat, udah beli aja. Karena lu mau nunggu sampai kapan pun, lu beli 16, lu bakal bilang nanti 17 bakal keluar, 18 bakal keluar, 19 bakal keluar. Arki hebat gak bang? Serius nih, soalnya baru nonton. Sebenarnya hebat. Cuma mereka perlu adaptasi aja mungkin, kata gue. Roster sebelumnya mungkin ada beberapa mistake yang sering mereka lakuin. Dan sekarang udah pergantian roster baru. Nah di sana semoga mereka bisa jadi tim yang calon-calon seperti PRX, Jagoan lo Paulo Sakti. Kalau jago sih cukup kalian menilai. Kalau aku nggak bisa ngeklaim sendiri. Kalau gue bilang gue jago, nanti banyak yang bilang pasti pada bilang kayak enggak bang, ini lebih jago, ini lebih jago. Nah jadi gak ada habisnya. Jadi gue bilang gue cupu aja. Gue bakal bilang kalian lebih jago. Tapi seenaknya enak, dan kucing gue sekarang di atas nih, gue gak tau ngapain. Hey Tofu, Kicu mau beli iPhone 15, udah beli malah. Di sini. Ini HP dia sekarang. Ini baru beli. Nih baby. Apa sih kucing? Ini kamu.
Si Anu memberikan 10 koin. Bang lu temenan sama si Frody gak bang?
Enggak, Frody orangnya so asik. Gua gak mau berteman sama dia. Ya gak, Bi? Frody orangnya so asik kan? This is Zakat. Saya hi. Udah gede banget ya sekarang, guys. Ini ARK dalam negeri, tahu luar negeri, Bang serius nanya. ARK itu sebenarnya ada dua negeri, ada yang luar negeri. Tapi di bagian Mobile Legends. Kalau nggak salah namanya ARK Akira. Mereka perwakilan Mobile Legends MPL ya. Di Brazil kalau nggak salah. Kalau ngomong jago, kalau nggak salah mereka jago banget. Bener-bener Akira tuh jago banget. Gue sering liat di Instagram mereka selalu juara 1 gitu. Sedangkan
He knows how to cut through teams like butter sometimes.
udah gitu dong sih. Paling yang luar negeri cuma itu doang kan, guys.
Discipline. You know, a lot of times these Russian players who play in the Japanese Challengers League, they are really strong, really crazy, but Jemkin is a little
Brazil kan, betul kan? Cuma itu doang kan yang luar negeri.
Yuki Kimahara memberikan 5 koin. Aspas or Real Kills kalau ditanya over yang lebih baik.
Aspas sih. Sarosel mainnya terlalu individual, terlalu perhatiin main. Gue kan sering nonton mereka ya di turnamen.
Absolutely. Comms is really critical, and we have seen whole teams transform just by fixing the language barrier. Now, you can see RQ, all three of us have
ARK Akira berhasil, tapi di Brasil ada tim BTR juga. Dan sekarang kan nih pertanyaan dia bilang ARK. Nah sekarang match 2. Mereka pilih 6 ARK.
So excited for their new roster, their new coaching, everything, and I think there's so much potential. But RQ did so well last year, and that's why I'm on the RQ wagon right now. How about you?
Bayangin kalau ARK kemarin ngambil Jun QQ cuy. Kapan apa lagi Kak Sun? Gue masih belum rekaman endorse yang bakal gue taruh upload ke video gue nanti, guys.
It was a very short showing at Convergence, and it
Gue
was
beli
very
menang
early
mana?
on into that
Udah
roster
menang
rebuild.
T1.
So today's going to be the
Gue
real
penasaran
showing
tuh
of, okay,
sama
where is
headset yang
this
dipakai
Gen G
buat
headed,
pertandingan.
what's the direction they're taking Valorant into
Headset yang dipakai pertandingan itu earbud, gue gak tau mereka pakai earbud apa, gue lupa. Nah headphone-nya ini cuma buat noise suppression, masuknya suara luar ke sini biar gak kedengaran. Ya sama buat komunikasi itu doang. Tapi kalau merek apa gue gak tahu, gue gak perhatiin kalau itu. Jadi konten kreator di tim bisa makanya juga tetap dikasih per bulan. Iya, tetap dikasih per bulan. Gue tuh sebenarnya jadi konten kreator kalau mostly di Indonesia ya, jadi konten kreator itu nggak dibayar. Yang dibayar tuh brand ambassador. Dan kebetulan gue tuh kayak BA-nya Valorant. Alik BA-nya keseluruhan ARK. Revorsi sebagai pro player sekarang yang dibayar gitu. Kalau kita ngomong talent tuh mostly gak dibayar. Dibayarnya dengan cara kasih endorsement mereka kerjain dan mereka dapat penghasilan dari sana gitu.
Who knows, but this is from the crowd that visited us here at the S Factory today. So that's nice to hear back from the fans here in Korea.
He was using the outlaw a little less.
ARK kenapa harus satu bracket sama PRC? Ya seru ya, sebenarnya agak sedih sih, kayak kenapa sih satu negara? Tapi ini kan antar Pasifik ya. Ya menurut gue wajar aja kalau ketemu cuy. Bentar, mana nih? Oke, kita lihat bracketnya. Ini satu bracket sama PRX. Bracket ARK itu cuma sat gitu. Ini juga sama, sat.
It's a battle of who just came better prepared.
I think they just want to be ready. I mean, as soon as they got
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tim yang bakal diambil dari berapa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tim.
그러면 이제 조금 경기가 늦게 시작하게 됐는데
Mau lu top up di mana? Nah, good question guys. Top up cuma ada di FFroodystore.com guys ya. Udah murah, cepat lagi guys ya.
경기 계속 보다가 또 약간 중간됐을 때는 북미 경기가
Tapi jujur ya, nggak bisa dipungkiri ARK lawan TEPERCAYA agak lumayan berat ya.
well, yeah, we were watching watching a little bit of T1's match, and then we moved on to watching America's. Make sure that we
Mulainya harusnya bentar lagi. Orang harusnya sekitar 15 menit lagi.
just kept ourselves awake. What about RRQ?
Gue pengen kopi
For us,
sumpah.
we just have to make sure we stay awake. We had our bananas.
Ya, I'm gonna get the coffee.
For sure, the
Lebih kamu ada uang receh gak, Bi?
the boys, we were
Uang receh.
it was a good watch. You definitely get the energy levels up.
Oh, ada deh yang
먼저
kantong hitam.
잠에 들지 않고
Wanna buy coffee?
정신이 깨어있기 위해서 바나나를 많이 먹었고 또 브리즈에서
원했지?
오버타임이 계속
네,
나왔기
it's okay.
때문에 좀 충분히 여유를 갖고 마음을 다스릴 시간들이 있었던 것 같다고 얘기를 합니다. Now Solo coming in this
kamu mau
year
pandan
as
latte gak?
head coach, what are some
No?
things that you prioritized on?
Oke lah.
솔로 감독님 이제 젠지의 감독으로 부임하면서 올해 특별히 신경 썼던 점이 있을까요?
Sabar guys, gue beli kopi dulu. Gue takut gue ngantuk.
HSBK
Karena gue akhir-akhir ini jujur gue kurang istirahat banget. Parah.
저도 열심히 했지만 저희가 하던 대로 준비한 대로만 하면
Ampun. Nugget 20 piece. Gue sendiri gak bisa habisin coba. Kalian bisa habisin nugget 20 piece sendiri. Gue enak kan, enak banget gue.
Worried too much.
Ya.
I feel like if we play our game and play the way we
Ya.
prepared, we're gonna have no problem or trouble today. Now Ewok, you've been with the team since 2022, and last year
Bisa
you
sebenarnya.
got the best of you, but this year it's gonna be different, right?
Terus dia bilang apa? Gak bisa.
감독님, 사실 젠지가
야,
작년에
엔테네.
준비할 때마다 RQ의 발목을 잡았는데요. 오늘은 그리고 올해는 달라지겠죠?
Yeah, we played Genji twice last year, and we.
Lu udah nonton NRG FFroody ya? Menurut lu gimana RJ dengan New Roster yang apakah bisa menang Master? NRG sekarang siapa?
Right, so that's what
NRG.
we today. We're trying to change that, and we started with some changes with the roster, and now let's fix the result as well.
Ethan, Crashes, Victor, Demon One.
작년에 젠지를 두 번 만났는데
Ini sama kayak
패배했는데 이제 올해는 젠지도 새로운
ada
팀이고
Marv ya.
RRQ
Marv
또한
jago,
새로운
Ethan
팀이기
juga
때문에
jago.
오늘을
Demon One lebih gak perlu naik lagi.
이제부터는 상대방
Orang gila, Crashes oke.
풀어볼까라는 얘기를
Victor juga
합니다.
bagus.
Now I want to ask you about
Demon
HSK.
One.
You mentioned him in the previous question. Him as a playing coach. Is he ready to jump in whenever? 아까 HSK
Kemungkinan Arki menang dari PRX berapa bang?
코치로 이제 전향을 한다는 발표문이 났었습니다.
Gue tetap pendukung Arki.
괜찮으신가요?
Gue nggak bisa deny kalau secara statistik ya kemungkinan besar menang Arki itu cuma 30%.
현역으로 뛰어도
Ya tapi tetap kita 30% tuh itu masih ada chance buat menang sebenarnya. Masih ada chance buat menang.
오늘은 안 될 것 같습니다.
We're not gonna
Revorsi main gak? Revorsi cuma main di Challenger, dia gak main di VCT ini.
and I feel like he's ready to jump in when
Cuma kalau energi gue gak tahu deh ya. Semoga sih bisa ya. Kemarin kan kebetulan bukan di Mono yang main, satu tim main cuy yang di EG. Ya semoga ya cocok aja sama tim ini.
감독님, 솔로 감독님께 한마디.
Itu lama banget mulainya.
I think the.
Ini kalau lama aku ambil racaan dulu di atas guys.
And I hope we can give them a good match, and we can give them something to watch and something to enjoy.
팬분들께서 이 경기를 보기 위해서 정말 오랫동안 기다리셨는데 젠지와 RRQ 모두 좋은 경기를 펼치면서 팬분들이 즐기면서 응원할 수 있는 경기를 펼치고 싶다고 얘기를 했습니다. Well, thank you coaches for coming in. I see the players are pumped up.
Kalau Sen gimana? John QT, cok. John QT sama Zekan. Sebenarnya kunci kemenangan mereka itu semenjak ada dua orang masuk, John QT sama Zekan. John QT paling parah bagusnya. Dia kan jadi eagle ya. John QT jadi eagle juga aimnya juga bagus walaupun gak setajam yang tanks lain tapi tetap aja otaknya jalan banget ya. Bakal ada technical pause lagi ya? Wah jangan deh. Gue gak mau sudah technical pause. 30 masih gede banget chance buat menang. Bisa, 30 masih bisa. Di sini tuh gak ada sampai kayak di bawah 30%. Paling rendah menurut gue tuh 30. Bapakku adalah FFroody. Nah, gue gak mau punya anak guys.
My name is FFroody and I'm from RRQ. The difference between last year and now, I think we have this new player that have stronger aim and stronger mentality in the game. I think at
Kita
first we
nyukut
don't
nggak bisa.
have the experience on LAN yet because last year is we have new players like they have no experience at LAN. Now we have new members that have the experience.
Oleh saya Sinatra menurut lu gimana?
It's gonna be
Ya buat sekarang sih jujur ya, kalau buat sekarang Sinatra udah ketinggalan.
kick-off tournament this year. Genji is
Sinatra sama pemain zaman sekarang, Sinatra mungkin bakal kena destroy. Dia kan udah ketinggalan jauh banget cuy. Sinatra itu metanya tuh bisa dibilang kayak meta old school.
Now you guys just heard from the coaches Solo and Ewok, and you know it's been proven at this point
TEPERCAYA
how
next level sih,
critical
gak next
coaches
level juga,
are when
setara
it
semuanya.
comes to
Cuman emang Aki
high-level
masih baru. Sedangkan
VC play. Let's
TEPERCAYA
talk
yang
about
ganti
that. We
cuman
mentioned it earlier.
Jing doang,
How
ganti si monyet.
impactful will this be for
Gak bisa
Genji
Bani bahas
particular
dendam
with the
sama
change
kakaknya
Well, it
Tenten.
does seem like during the interview, like Solo's trying to give a lot of credit to HSK as well,
Kan
because he was
Tenten di ban
originally
ya,
the
sampai
head
sekarang
coach
masih
for
di ban
Genji
gak
in
sih?
the
Kan
offseason.
abangnya si
Solo
Meteor.
was onboarded late into January, so not as much time. But my big question
Baju
is
gua
people
dibeliin
remember
sama
Solo
Kitsu
as
di
the IGL
Hachanan.
back on the old new turn. He's had a long career before that, but his coaching career is not spectacular. It has not been successful in Korea. And to
Jealousy
me,
oke
this
sih,
year at Genji,
cuman
and this
anaknya
opening
kebanyakan
match,
trolling.
especially
Cuma
for both him and
gue rasa
HSK,
tapi dia
they
trollingnya juga
don't look
trolling,
good, regardless of
cuma
win or
trolling
People are
di
gonna
kompe doang.
start
Tapi kalau
asking
di
questions, right? You have all this
asli pun
experience as a
bagus
player.
ya.
Why
Dia
can't you
bisa
lead
kayak
them
bikin
outside of the
atmosfer
server?
timnya
So I think
positif.
there's a lot of pressure on the Genji side.
Lama
And how are you
anjing.
feeling about
Berapa lama
Ewok's
sih ini?
side? I'm sure he's probably trying to think of new ways, or do you think we're going to see a lot of
Bang,
older RQ?
nanti ada kembalian.
He looks really comfortable, really calm. He's always like very jovial in how he
Oh,
speaks.
He's also like not wearing a suit, which he normally is.
With the turtleneck. I mean, it is a lot colder. I think that's one of the reasons. But I mean, apart from that, it's just the way that he coaches, the way that he kind of
Di belakang ada
figures
siapa?
out maps. I think that's one
Ada
of the
Kitsu.
things. So map picks and bans is something that
Geserin
we'll
dulu
definitely want to
Fruit.
look at. But at least for the time being, our
Jujur gue masih agak mager sih geserin. Tadi gak jelas banget sumpah.
It's gonna be a big question mark for the other teams. Like, how is RQ gonna play? How do we?
Siapa
how do we
live
play against
Napski
them?
terus
You never know.
Now, we were talking about Karen being basically a
Frost Misty.
mechanics monster. We don't know much about him, but we do know that much. Let's break down some of the other players. Lakia, another new player on Genji, but not a new player to the scene.
No, not at all. And I think that's something that Genji
Udah pernah
brings, is that
kompetisi
all these
internasional
players
belum, Fred?
outside of
Kalau
Karen
internasional
are
ya.
really long-time veterans when it comes to Valorant. Lakia also has international stage experience alongside players like Munchkin. Lakia also known for
Internasional
really
itu
good info play, and then
di
he
luar
has that
APSC
clutch
kayak
game.
Amerika,
Same goes for
apa
Munchkin, a really
Amerikas
strong clutch
EU
game. And
gitu
then
gak?
you
Atau
have these steady aimers
lawan
like
Singapura,
Meteor,
Filipina itu
Texture, and
termasuk
now
internasional.
potentially the addition of Aeron. I think that's why on paper, when you look at the numbers,
Kalau lawan
Genji's
kayak
a really
Malaysia,
well-rounded
Singapura,
team.
Thailand dan lain-lain, iya pernah gue.
Juara memberikan 5 poin. Menurut
Let's talk
lu,
about Estrella
Perez
from
itu the
RQ,
Valorant
another
King.
player from the region.
Iya,
here. He's
sebenarnya nggak
also
salah.
a bit,
Mereka tuh uncrowded king yang gak pernah juara 1 selalu juara 2. Tapi yang jago gitu. Kenapa sayang?
Lo tau gak kenapa dari tadi gak bisa?
Kenapa?
Karena sini gak ada sinyal. Kan SIM card kalau diaktifin perlu
Iya. Tapi kan SIM card kamu
Now that you have someone who's also confident in their calling to assist Flipstrider on the side of
Ngapain ke lantai 3 juga dapet
I
sebenarnya.
think this is going to really help their whatever they prep come out into execution.
Kalau keluar gak ada
in the
internet.
server. The question is
Lantai 3 ada sinyal plus ada wifi di atas.
Lakia, Karen, Munchkin in terms of firepower because I think
Ente gue di presong.
but man,
Baby,
Genji individually
sekalian ambil itu lo kantong hitam ada uang recehan 10.000. Ambilin 10.000 kecil dong.
I think RQ does have their work cut out in front of them regardless.
Yeah, so who are you looking at
Halo,
for on
baby.
the team of RQ? We're really familiar with these guys at this point. 2GE or TOKO.
Perlu jelasin sistem turnamen Valo.
Last year, and he was like, I'm gonna
Kok
go
banyak
back
banget.
to
Gue
pronouncing
juga
it how
jelasin
it's
ya.
meant to be pronounced.
VCT ada apa aja ya?
TOKO, yeah. TOKO, and because last year he
How
went back to
many?
2GE. Of course, like Xpero and Flips. How are you feeling about them?
I mean, we definitely have seen them before. We are very familiar, but you still want to see them continue to grow as players, and that's the main thing. I think they're sticking to the same roles, and that's something that I love to see because you get to be a lot more familiar with it. You get to really flesh out.
Ada gak sih dikasih tahu ada apa aja turnamennya?
Maybe stronger firepower now.
Yuki, thank you man for the member.
and Xfero mentioned
Astaga,
right
ikan
last
gua.
year they had players that had no LAN experience. That was something additional to the
VCT ada berapa sih yang official dari Riot, guys?
This year, everyone's
Lama
been on
bener,
stage
lu masih
at
belum
some
ngerasain
point, whether it's a big
lamanya gue tadi
international stage or
nunggu.
not. But I mean, even
Lamanya gue
Chip and
nunggu
both of them went to
Blitz
Ascension, they
sama
had to go
T1
through
tadi, Cok.
travels, they had to play
Tuh,
against
2
teams
aja
from
pada
other
sumpah.
regions. So now, that veterancy also coming in a little
Iklannya
bit more for
nggak ada
RQ,
benar
and
nih.
on paper, FFroody should be going back to just
Ini
playing
viewers gue tuh udah pada
really
tergoda
work on
ini.
that craftiness and really bring out those clutch genes that he used to be known for back on their old team.
Tuh kalau udah mulai kasih tau deh. Jujur gue nunggunya sampai ngantuk, cuy. Gue nunggu sampai ngantuk banget. Kita main ID-nya Kitsu deh. Ngasih ID gue aja lah. Nah, ID Kitsu deh. Buat main TFT.
Snoof memberikan 10 koin. Iyo, long time no see. RLL miss your stream, bro.
Hey, Snoof, thank you for the donate, bro. Bentar guys, gue mau buka ID passwordnya si Kitsu, gue lupa. Bentar guys, gue buka lain dulu. Oke. VCT Amerikas, EMEA sama Pasifik. Enggak, nama turnamennya gitu. Ada gak sih? Bentar, idea gitu tuh yang ini dia. Full hairstyle namanya apa? Sebenarnya lebih bagus namanya low taper. Nah, pakai adik gue ya. Di Wikipedia aja. Nah udahlah. Gue matiin dulu dia punya lain, terus kita main TFT bentar. Gak masalah kan guys, kita main TFT bentar. Sambil nunggu cuy. Kalau nggak kita gabut banget sumpah. Gue nunggunya itu bener-bener kayak astaga lah, gak lama banget. Mata lu ngantuk banget, jujur. Gue capek banget. Gue gara-gara orang tua gue kesini, gue tuh sampai kurang istirahat coy. Demi apapun gue kurang istirahat cuy. Apa? Buat recehan. Ini saya banyak banget recehannya. Ya, aku cuma minta 2.000.
Itu kayak orang lagi makan parkir banget.
Sparkma 23 memberikan 10
Ini Kitsu.
koin. Titip salam buat Kitsu Fraud.
Tuh dengar ya, titip salam buat Kitsu katanya. Ini guys, Kitsu, my baby girl. Kasihan dia.
Mau kelihatan apanya?
Ini sehat. Bisa nggak apa ya kamu?
Oh, ini mau nanya lagi. Orang mah serak sumpah.
Kamu mandi dulu sayang.
Mau, tapi abis ini.
Alah, guys, kalau udah mulai kasih tau gue, oke? Kita chilling dulu sambil tunggu VCT mulai, karena ini aku tinggal surrender doang kalau udah kelar. Pernah aja udah lama nggak live, gue kerja guys, gue kerja di luar. Nggak bisa end stream karena ini udah bagian dari workload gue. Kalau ngomong capek, tapi kita balikan lagi pertanyaan, orang mana kerja gak ada yang capek? Bener gak? Semua pasti capek, ada capek-capeknya. Ya anggapan hari ini tuh OT lah, overtime work. Masalahnya ini watch party bukan live biasa, itu dia. Kalau live biasa pasti gue off stream. Tapi karena ini watch party, jadi gue nggak bisa ninggalin ini sebagai ninggalin tanggung jawab gue. Jadi it's fine guys, it's fine, no worry guys. Nggak usah khawatir aku. Kopi datang langsung semangat lagi gue. Game Honkai. Nggak di sponsor gue. Nggak di sponsor gue, nggak mau. Tinggal surrenderan ya. Guys, kalau udah mulai kasih tau gue ya, bener-bener kasih tau gue, jangan diamin gue. Ini air putih sih. Kenapa ya? Darkstar ya ini. Anggar, Rono, Darkstar. Gue coba Darkstar deh. Star Guardian enggak deh. Agar ini ya. Ikut turnamen TFT Indonesia enggak gue ikut. Bahkan belum grafik loh, masih tag pause, hurufnya tag pause, tapi masih kayak masih ngobrol-ngobrol sama caster. Karena ini nggak ngaret, udah bener-bener ngaret banget loh. Nah, this is dog shit man. Nah, this is not good man. Go for adik item. Shako. Ngantuk nggak? Gua aja ngantuk, makanya gua main TFT coy. Karena ini ngaretnya kelewatan. Biasa kan habis kelar match pun paling tidak cuma setengah jam nggak sih? Habis itu pergantian ini. Udah mulai. Oh iya, udah mulai guys. Oke, kita langsung ini. Langsung exit aja.
Atau rekomend sepat yang harganya
udah mulai. Exit game, leave. Udah.
Question mark for all three maps to say the least. Maybe not split. I remember Genji having quite a good performance on split.
Ini kalau ngomong capek, mereka lebih capek, jauh lebih capek dibanding sama gue ya. Makanya gue di sini gue gak mau ngeluh cok. Tahu diri aja gue coy. Gue cuma di sini cuma ngomentari sama nonton bareng. Ada donat dari TOKO. Emang iya? Oh tadi gak masuk sih. Mana TOKO? Maafkan aku TOKO. Tadi gak kedengaran.
Mirrors, yeah. Well, KO on the side of Genji as well.
Nah.
So Australia going for the Sova.
Fruit mousepad Tiger Arc menurut lu gimana? Oh Tiger Arc boleh. Tiger Arc itu gue bisa bilang versi murahnya artisan. Untuk mousepad kayak gitu oke cuy. Maksudnya kayak dibanding sama lu beli mousepad lain mahal banget. Fruit lu kerja expo impor apa? Green bean, bahan baku. Kucing? Which one? The orange? Hah? Okay, let's go guys.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's jump
into our second series. We have RQ versus Genji. I mean, Desk was talking about it. Of course, we have to as well. This has been a rivalry brewing and developing since last season. We faced off against each other twice. We got to hear from Ewok Coach of RQ earlier
Joey
saying,
kontrol, oke,
different
sebenarnya mau
team here. So we're looking for a different result.
preferensi gak sih? Kalau gue sendiri gue
it seems
artisan.
like their destinies are intertwined, and really interesting to see our first look at Icebox in BCT in 2024. Both teams running the Gecko, so using that to control some space. With those changes onto B on the attacker side, it's a lot more difficult to get yourself over to yellow here. There's a lot more opportunities for the defenders to hold some tough angles against you, but so far so good for Gen G.
Jangan.
The long haul looks like taking a quick little
Tidak
peek
takut terus
around over
lari.
at that B site, and now going to be drifting back. Caron just going to be going on a bit of a linger there, back yellow.
Yeah, but look where Jemkin is. He's pushed way ahead in the nest. And let's see if Gen G is going to be able to identify this. This is scary potentially for Gen G.
The push now coming through. Dash not going to be proc. There's a knife, and now he will be able
Tapi kalau kalian mau mas pet murah bagus sekarang. Kalau nggak salah Lamzu ada yang bagus.
getting slowed, fogging himself down just a little bit, but does manage to make it out with 70 HP still remaining.
Tofu penasaran ya.
Ready here for Textures. Jemkin makes his way up into his heaven. Has to see the dash back there from Texture. In the meantime, though, Caron finding that pick. He got the opening over onto B, but RQ widely are getting the read that this is going to be a full rotate over. They haven't taken any more forward position in this B site yet, so there's a decent chance for RQ to try to reply.
No, nanti kalau ketemu juga sama aja ya.
Available for either team to really feel comfortable, so you use that wingman instead. Those plants down safely.
Sebenarnya pengen artisan tapi harganya. Kalau mending kalian titip teman kalian di Jepang lebih murah, sumpah jauh lebih murah. That's one Jemkin. Oh, let's go. Oh no. Nice. Good shit, good shit. Good start nih. Oh no. Nice. Oh, Jemkin, okay. Looking good. Jemkin looking good. Ini Arki dari Indonesia Food. Iya ya. Sebenarnya kalau nggak salah gini, anaknya Hendrik.
Bang mau tahu gak? GW punya teman nama Bapak Indra.
Gue punya teman nama Bapak Indra. Itu gue gak perlu tahu deh. Bapak gue namanya Joni juga. Aku rasa kalian juga gak perlu deh. Genji dari negara mana, Fred? Genji Korea, ya Arki Indonesia. Awalnya Arki itu Filipina, guys. Terus gak tahu permasalahan gimana dan akhirnya jadi ini. Indonesia. Ya, mereka mau. Berapa jadi? Jadi berapa kucingnya?
Towards screens. Actually, about this pushing. Yep, Jim catching a glimpse there for a brief little moment. There's the dash across. Locky going to be taken down. That recon dart spotting absolutely everybody here on the side of Gen G.
Kalian suka bapak ya? Dela suka bapak, bro.
Get Gen G into this round and try to equalize the scoreline. Jim finding himself another one there. Texture going to be taken out.
Bro, pendapat lu tentang Tens? Semuanya masih a good player. Kita lihat aja nanti pembuktian mereka di facetnya.
Seems like they're going to have to push in eventually. Munchkin able to find one. Flipshot are going to be taken down. You're just waiting, trying to see if he can spot, if he can hear anything. He's right on top of a player, but just has no way of knowing. Mitchell damage certainly can be dealt though. As now he dashes across, rushes up. Still barely manages to get the shot there. Only more will get taken down.
Nice, Xfero. Good shit. Oke, Arki.
Mow down the remaining players.
Ini sesuai dengan prediksi gue ya. Harusnya 13-9 ya. Genji kita nggak bisa remehkan. Ini harusnya 13-9. Mana poly rate-nya, Fruit? Nih, gue kasih poly rate buat kalian. Arki sama apa? Genji. Gue mah salah Arki. Hati gue salah Arki, bro. Cuma kebetulan baju Arki gue ketinggalan di mobil temen gue. Cuma yaudahlah. Di tas gym gue lupa gue. Oh, Mr. One Tap sesungguhnya, bro. Tapi fun fact ya, Elmimor one tapnya apa headshot percentage dia lebih tinggi daripada screen. Tadi bawa screen 1 ya, gue lupa. Dia top 5. Dia tahu yang mana tua, makanya takut dia.
Again, good for Gen G to get to this point. RRQ losing one of the kind of power positions potentially over the site.
I believe Xfero's actually trying to challenge into that one, given the weapon disadvantage. Still is going for it, Dizzy. The pop flash going out, but Elmimore managing to find 3, takes out Locky and Karen before falling. Now it's just Meteor left standing. Fight at the ready. Sends it down back yellow. Swing out, Meteor gonna be good for 1, but with 17 HP and Jemkin having the range advantage of the Vandal, there's just nothing to be done, and it's RRQ. 3 rounds consecutively, they convert the bonus.
Yeah, looking really stalwart here, and Elmimore shined often 2023, picking up right where he left off. 7-0 now for Jemkin as well in 3 rounds. Absolutely monstrous start.
Itu fighter anjing, itu kucing. Guys, di luar rumah gue tuh ada kucing orange tapi tipe fighter, guys.
Going to go for Stingers and Sheriffs. Try to see if they can make this A-hit work. Some changes here to Icebox, of course, as the desk was talking about earlier today. Feels like an eternity ago, but
let's go, RRQ.
some important changes, but the
Gue udah pesan kopi, guys, jadi kita udah bisa tahan sampai kelar nih streamnya.
So this part of the map looks familiar.
He's just a hair away.
Lucu banget kucing kita nih.
Yep, that's why I got picked up. 8-0. Jemkin just.
Jemkin tuh bagus kok. Awal-awal banyak orang ngeremehin lagi. Bilang apain. Walaupun mungkin memang kita semua ingat dia pernah kill 0 as Arena. Tapi gak bisa dipungkiri habis itu next game dia ngebantai, coy. Ini Aaron. Oh no, terus itu loh yang gue bilang, guys, Karon itu player yang tiba-tiba nongol, guys, out of nowhere.
He was basically online for the rest of the event. Karon, man, he is an absolute potential prodigy in the making. He is really, really clean with his shooting, and you could see right there, he's able to get Gen G their first win despite some really difficult circumstances. That also gets him the Viper's Pit. Munchkin
Bizir tes.
the Nope Man as well, so a lot of interesting ults to
mirip
play around
bangsat, guys. Pas lebih mirip pada Forsi anjing.
With a great read. Sprays up on top of the box and does manage to get a lot of damage across on the texture. Elmimore in the meantime saying, hey, Meteor, I know you're new to this role, but I was kind of one of the Killjoy Kings.
Terus aku setelah
snuck up through mid there to get that kill. So
setelah oatmeal tuh. Kenapa gak ada oatmeal?
FFro has the reposition here because this would be fairly aggressive. It looks like they were not ready for it, but now they swing around in from behind. But Elmimore and Jemkin have arrived, and blink and you miss it. The rug pulled out from beneath Gen G's feet.
I mean, RRQ is happy to take these fights
always
on B.
Russian people yang jago banget, cuy.
Absolutely
Mirip
impossible
Aaron
to
sih,
get
Karon.
through. Him and FFro are doing a
Beda, Cok.
phenomenal
Miripnya.
job of just shutting down these pushes that Gen G is trying to dial up. And once Jemkin arrives, then it's game over. It's not ready at all as Munchkin for that position. Oh my goodness.
It just felt like Gen G at all wasn't ready for the fast rotates in from RRQ.
No, not at all. You're
Ini
absolutely right.
Jemkin mainnya bagus kok.
I mean, RRQ is just sensing that these seem to be fairly
Bagus banget.
static hits from Gen
Terus
G.
tipe player yang kayak nggak gampang kena mental.
Onto the sites, they're not even getting to that point most of the time.
Kelihatannya.
Dizzy, flash drive sent out.
Kenapa muka tekstur mirip kacau, Cok? Kok kacau? Mirip siapa, Mem? Caster kita? Yanto. Sekilas mirip Yanto, Cok. Hanya jangan-jangan selama ini tekstur ini Yanto, Cok. Yanto kocul.
Yeah, so this is good. I was gonna say at the beginning of this round that I'd really like to see Gen G do a little bit of a bait and switch. Use that Gecko utility to buy a little extra time.
Oh iya, sorry guys. Kusuk gue ganggu ya. Maaf ya.
And then shift over, because pretty much you always know that the Gecko is going to be the one sitting with that spike.
But again, I mean, you see how slowly they're starting to approach us when they send up that 0 point, but then they really grind it to a halt. Rotations are in position.
Ini game kedua. Tapi game ketiga gue gak nonton ya, guys ya.
Report whether or not he spots anything, see if they want to try to rotate back, but they're running out of time to do so. FFro will make his presence known. Top rope, sending out that bite, and yep, that's going to be the rotations now coming in. And this time RRQ, they're not privy to it.
And there's no ability to gather info here, except for Flips. Has that thrash. Now trying to buy a little bit of time, keeping that duelist on the other side.
Quick clear on that recon, but with those sheriff shots coming through from Meteor, it seems like RQ
Wah,
now
jangan-jangan
realizing
hari ini prediksi gue salah semua. Dia bilang Arki ngebantai Genji nih.
It's going to be the Thrash coming in to try to find a lockdown. Does jump forward, manages to get the detain onto one. Is Texture drifting across. The instant headshot is found. He will shut down Elmimore. Estrella, however, now arriving, finds Karon, ends up getting taken down, but Jemkin still very much
Asli sumpah Jemkin pedes banget ini.
in this post plant, but now Thrash going forward, looking to chase in, but they manage to clear it out. Meteor with the sheriff in hand, finding one. Flip shot at the last man standing. Player decently tagged up, but now a knife into his shoulder. The swing out of the corner, and Texture is good for a second.
Nice try, man.
Get their second round win, and their second
Game ketiga diundur besok. Harusnya ya. Atau bener guys?
Stop buying rifles.
Oh, game ketiga diundur ya? Bagus. Biar kita bisa nonton. Soalnya gue tadi gue liat jam kan, ini udah jam berapa? Di sana udah jam 11 game. Kalau mereka maksa main game 3, gue kasihin sama playernya anjing. Yang harusnya istirahat, kalau nggak besok mereka capean.
Look, the guy's got gun skill, that's for sure.
Ya lu Senin, good. Boleh besok kita nonton yang Amerika.
Shifting over to that sentinel role more often than not, and he's still got plenty of talent. That is an absolute fact. Still a lot of well here in this rifle round. Let's see if they can use him.
Oh, Jemkin again, getting blinded.
Gue mau lihat ini, gue mau lihat permainannya John Cutie.
Trying to get that flank angle, but Meteor was ready for it. Shuts that down. Gecko now gone. A hell of a lot of utility lost here for RQ in this defense. There's still so many ults to work with on the side of Genji if they even feel the need to invest them here.
You got that flank coming from FFroody potentially. Here you go, counter.
For lockdown.
Yeah, counter lockdowns going to be employed. Munchkin on that no command still yet. And you have so a lot of post
Jujur anak baru. Tapi udahlah.
Oh, did you not see him?
No, he didn't see him. He turned away just before FFroody was going to round the corner. Still though, he started taking his time, so isn't ready to strike. He's going to rely on the rest of his teammates.
Apa karena match tadi kelamaan? Iya kelamaan nih.
Keep this off, slow down Genji for a bit, but also keep their attention occupied towards the front of the site. He's going out, Karon able to find one, Texture taking down Jemkin.
Oh no.
Finding a second. Now it's all on that flank.
30 seconds left.
Smoked off the turret.
Spike planted.
Probably have a decent idea.
Munchkin's ready for this though. We'll be able to shut him down.
4-3, close game.
Able to go ahead and just win a straight up rifle round.
Sentina jam 5 pagi. 5 pagi anjing bangsat. Doain gue bisa bangun lah guys. Kalau misalnya gue bisa bangun jam 5 pagi, guys kita nonton.
And this is what's so scary about this Genji team is top to
bottom. Apa karena tadi match kelamaan? Iya lama, coy lu nggak lihat. Udah delay 6 jam. Terus tadi delay lagi sampai jam 7 apa jam 6, kelarnya 8.30. Terus tadi mulai jam 9 cuy, jam 9 tadi kelarnya pun jam 11 ini. Gue sih nggak tidur, gue nggak bisa. Badan gue udah nggak semudah kalian cuy. Badan gue tuh udah kategori udah termasuk tua kalau dibanding sama kalian muda. Gue dulu bisa sumpah, gue ngerasa banget gue bisa lembur. Sekarang gue lembur gak bisa lagi, capek badan gue. Gue 25 tahun, you know. I'm 25 now man. 25. Gym sama aja, tetap aja badan kayak habis nge-gym badan juga harus istirahat. Kalau otot gak bisa kebentuk. Jompo ya, sumpah gue pinggang gue nge-gym aja bisa kena pinggang aja. Gue salah gerakan katanya emang pinggang gue dari dulu emang udah bermasalah.
And not only that, Achilleos, RRQ hasn't played a single match in the offseason.
Ada kan gue bisa balik ke umur 19 tahun coy.
But this is certainly surprising. I mean, I thought maybe somebody would still stick with a Sage at least potentially because the sights didn't change. Oh my.
Sure, again going for it, but I mean RQ kind of just opting to play this one out a bit more quietly, but the lurk does get spotted, as does FFroody.
Mereka mulai blunder dong.
Unfortunately here for RQ, not going to be coming up with a profit.
Umur 25 badan 40 gak salah sumpah bener. Gara-gara gue tuh udah mulai jarang olahraga dari 2 tahun lalu, setahun lalu lebih tepatnya. Setahun lalu gue udah mulai jarang olahraga. Sempet nge-gym konsisten, tapi gue stop. Gue harusnya besok atau lusa udah balik lagi nge-gym lagi gue. Gue nggak badan gue remuk cok. Gue gak kelihatan 45 bro. Anjing gue masih muda anjing 25. Emang 25 tuh udah di pertengahan muda dan tua gak sih?
3 kills for Texture as well. A flawless round now as Gen G continuing to heat up.
Medical check tau gak gue apa? Gue belum pernah medical check. Gue belum pernah medical check. Tapi gue yakin gue kolesterol. Gue tiap kali makan telur asin atau ke something yang agak berminyak dikit, gue kan jarang makan gitu ya. Selain makan itu sakit kepala, leher kencang cok.
Able to best them. RQ decides to push a little bit further than we had seen them do early
Padahal
on
gue
in that
jarang
round.
banget makan gitu. Gue jarang makan yang something fast food, tapi emang gak tau kenapa. Enak aja anjing.
With that pit, man, he's been sitting on that for a while.
Goal set there. Cloudburst into the updraft. With the pop flash coming through from Munchkin.
Duh man, Arki, you can do this man. Masa 4-4 man. Mereka udah mulai kecolok satu persatu sama Texture.
Dark darts, bit too late there. I believe Texture was spotted. Full flash coming in, straight play on the back of that one very nicely. He's able to collect the kill, brings it back.
Nah, ini post-play nih, gimana nih?
Pit available, but you see how far back they're playing, so it seems like Gen G not wanting to invest that ultimate here into the round, but FFroody certainly could for the retake. No, actually, they're just going to take the fight to him. Meteor lock yet, now both going to get picked apart. They're dropping down, swings out, can't adjust to try to get the kill. Looking for the spray there is Munchkin to try and stop the defuse, but RQ will be able to find some stability, and they don't have to commit their ultimates to this retake.
Andaikan bannya, andaikan flip jeder agak sedikit konsisten, sedikit lah, maksudnya bikin bener-bener sering konsisten. Gigi sumpah Arki. Sebenarnya patokannya cuma ada di flip jeder. Kalau FFroody emang konsisten, Almimor nggak pernah lagi. Nah, si flip jeder ini yang mungkin masuk opini dari gue sih emang harus lebih ngelatih dari segi. Kalau pro player gini pasti mental sudah siap gitu. Apa ya permasalahannya? Karena menurut gue ya dari mereka bertiga Indonesia cuman flip jeder yang menurut gue gak gitu konsisten. EJ out.
You'll obviously see the gun barrel first. Dizzy and yeah, Meteor ready for that one. Trap was set and bait taken. Fantastic kill to shut down Jemkin, who got himself up to 12 kills, but hasn't been able to add any to the tally here in a while. Flips now trying to defend that Dizzy, but Meteor just pushes forward, counts him down. Texture spots it straight up. They're on back rafters.
Culik mulu, cok.
Plant now coming in. Only more work to be done. Let's get started nicely. They're going to be taken down. That's a snake bite aspect.
Demon One, Team NRG.
0 Point not going to be spotting anything, but seems like, I mean, they're aware that Meteor is between them. With that catch coming through, RQ, do they want to commit to the retake? Seems like the answer likely to be yes, or maybe just a wraparound from behind. They want to try to catch any exits, it would seem, and recover the operator.
Oh bentar, itu icebox ada jendela sekarang. Gue belum pernah main di icebox. Gue baru nyata sana ada jendela sekarang. Man, kenapa tambah jendela di sana? Gue baru tahu sih, gue baru tahu dia ada jendela di sana tadi. Masih dulu bang, masih dong. Mentang-mentang gua hibernasi 3 bulan baru balik pada bilang bang lu wajib militer ya, bang lu mati ya. Lu baru ingat password YouTube lu ya. Kenapa lu gak ikut VCT? Karena gua bukan pro player. Gua mungkin bisa main Valorant, tapi gua bukan pro player.
It's really a great story that we have between these two teams, and already living up to expectations. I mean, this one certainly felt like a 3-mapper from the get-go. Yeah, gonna have to back up a little bit as FFroody. No opportunity.
FFroody backup, terus si Vegeta rotate.
The full forces of Gen G that are going to be coming through towards B. Pings are out, but now you've got Flips Sliding over.
Bahkan
here,
Tens
Meteor
bilang
back
kalau
up
ini
into
map
that
terlalu
corner.
M defense karena strateginya cukup stagnan. Gue kurang tahu, tapi semua map, semua game kalau namanya EVS pasti mapnya maksudnya M itu pasti bergantung cuy.
Great delay here though from
FFroody sekarang pro player.
preventing this plant from coming through. Oh my god.
Meteor.
Not the timing,
Holy
bro.
hell.
Jeez, man.
Snaps on, shuts down Flip Shadow. That means that the Thrash here for RQ is completely out of the picture. Flash coming in, Elmy Moore out into the open. Texture able to scoop the kill and finds himself a second one.
They
Eliminating
fucked
Sparrow
up,
as well.
bro.
Straight
Oh,
up, does manage to stand tall. Shuts down the enemy jet, but given that the operator is still in the hands here of Jemkin, just gonna have to wait this one out and allow for Gen G to
pindah
get
ke
themselves up
sini
to 6.
karena sopan. Hah? Udah milih sopan. Mulut gue aja kadang agak sedikit kayak anjing. Ngomong kadang nggak ada borderline-nya. Bani lagi kurang banget. Bani itu suka kayak turn on apa turn off turn apa turn off turn on turn off turn on gitu. Jadi gue juga nggak tahu sebenarnya apa faktornya gitu. Kayak yang bikin Bani jadi kayak inconsistent gitu.
He is not going to be able to retain that one whatsoever. Like now coming in and Estrella not going to be able to find anything else. Meteor gets himself a third in that round. As RQ losing everything and losing the lead.
And I mean, you think back to who it was that ended, you know, the LCQ and
Bani performanya angin-anginan itu dia. Gue juga gak ngerti faktor kenapa. Setiap orang pasti ada faktor sendiri bener ya. Kayak masih ingat gak? Misalkan salah satu PRX. Kenapa PRX zaman dulu selalu kalah sama Thailand gitu? Waktu masih ada Shiba. Dan pas mencari tahu ternyata bukan masalah player ya, bukan masalah first second, bukan masalah Geng, bukan masalah Bengke dan lain-lain. Ternyata ada satu yang menjadi permasalahan yang bikin tim mereka kalah, yaitu Shiba. Shiba memang well performing kalau di online, tapi waktu di stage di LAN, Shiba geter, mentalnya terkena main di offline. Nah pas Shiba dikeluarin, langsung jalan. Waktu Geng masuk kalau nggak salah ya, waktu gantiin si Geng, waktu gantiin si Shiba sama Geng. Geng gantiin si Shiba langsung menang terus. Walaupun juara 2, juara 1 yang lain gitu. Ya gue rasa juga Bani juga ada faktor usia. Dia dari zaman CS. Sekarang Bani umur berapa? 27 bukan? Shiba kini kill no. Iya, dia kan grogi cuy. Dia kan grogi banget waktu main di LAN. Yang Raja Fik kalau nggak salah kalian masih ingat.
The 3v3 Spike still in the hands of Lakia.
Mau lu rehat atau gimana? Gua rehat sekaligus kerja. Nice, Elmore. Nah, oh yeah.
It gets the stun. Meteor detained. It's only going to last a little bit longer here as they try to flush him out. I thought maybe he was going to be able to redraw his weapon, but no. They will just wall bang him to death. And
sama spektrnya aneh. Iya, tahu tidak apa. Kita nggak bisa lihat namanya, nggak usah lihat mukanya.
What more could you ask for? Just two phenomenal teams going back and forth. Maybe a little bit of a kind of miscalculation here from Gen G, thinking that 3 ops, sure, why not? We've got a ton of great offers on this team. I mean, you got Meteor and Texture, of course. They're quite good. Munchkin's no slouch. A lot of great players on that team who can grab an op and do some damage, but didn't really.
Kalian di sini ada yang pakai sandal crocs nggak? Terus kaki belakang kalian kayak jadi kayak kulit kulit mati, apa kayak kulit keras gitu nggak sih? Apa nih bot ngata-ngatain badut? Ngatain balik guys. Emang bot gue tuh kadang kurang ajar. Dari 5-1 loh. Dari 4-1 jadi 6-6.
A little bit better on their attacker side, or if it's going to be Gen G's defender side that holds stalwart.
Waktunya Arki share nggak sih? Amin, bisa ya Arki. Bisa cuy, gue yakin Arki bisa cuy. Nggak mungkin nggak bisa. Udah 3 tahun cuy. Berapa match hari ini, Bro? Ini cuman hari ini 3 match, tapi Arki sampai BO3 dong. Ini masih di BO1.
This could be a very bloody second half.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just been phenomenal. First half texture, 15 and 8.
Oh yeah. I mean, we saw Jemkin. He got up with 12-3.
Yep.
And that impact just hasn't been seen. Gen G were
Lu
doing
gak ikut
so
WhatsApp party
well.
PRX kayak
Shut
di
him
kebun
down
jeruk.
and just play around
Ya kan
him.
gue Arki guys.
Not away from him.
Kalau gue di PRX mungkin iya.
They shift over to that defending side. RQ going to be trying their hands here on the attack. Let's see what they've got prepped for.
Lokasi tandingnya di Korea.
Munchkin is spraying through here. Again, the defenders have a little bit of extra room to get some good angles there. You can even do a high-low off a yellow. It can see really deep down in towards the attacker's side. So for now, though, it's going to be cleared out as there was only one player over here. Just Munchkin. You have a deep push through mid. Didn't make any contact, so an immediate rotate back over.
They're just cutting their way in under tube. Shots going up top, trying to spot anything that they possibly can. Lockett was revealed there for a brief moment.
Semuanya di B doang.
Going to be coming through inside the poison orb. His own wingman going to be sent out just to try to get a daze off, but nothing to be found. So for now, fairly clean plant here from the side of RQ. As pop flash time. He's
gila popnya.
There's no way for Jeff to turn from that one, but Flipscheider swings out, managing to find two, keeping things nice and even. 3v3, slight firepower. Diff here in the hands of Gen G. It's Meteor with that Sheriff. Manages to put the good use. Can be able to kill Estrella. Can't find anything. Sparrow doing his damnedest. Finds two more, but Meteor
Estrella ya, gue nggak tahu deh. Gue menurut gue Estrella kurang deh.
tying up the pistol count and giving Gen
Maksud
G
gue kayak masih banyak player lebih bagus ya sih dibanding Estrella. Siapa tahu besok ada langsung FFroody. Nah, men, gue gak setia sama Arki bro.
Down through the tunnel, too hard. What a beautiful flash, by the way, from Munchkin. Just absolutely pinpoint accurate to set Texture up for that first kill. And Meteor with a Sheriff there to finish the job. Valiant
Dia
attempt.
besok yang datang bersihin
The hold.
suara jam 4
Now
bisa.
Texture is going to be grabbing an Outlaw. Munchkin with the Guardian.
Besok aku udah suruh orang
Meteor
bersihin
with the
di
Sheriff still.
rumah kita
Karen Spectre.
jam 4.
Bulldog for Lakia. So diverse
Alik kok
array of
gak
arsenal.
garis Alik udah bukan bagian dari
Taking some damage, trying
BA Valorant lagi.
recon off.
Jadi BA Valorant tuh sekarang cuma gue guys. Cuma gue sendiri tuh guys.
Bring that outlaw
Ya.
into the fold and yeah, puts it to very good use. Great answering shot though. Elmi Moore has always been fairly crisp when it comes down to those Sheriff shots, but this time Texture will be able to get better of him.
Gak tau ya besok jam berapa besok ada ya? Kalau besok gak ada Arki harus gak apa-apa. Kayaknya besok gak ada, besok gak ada. Lusa baru ada.
Quite good with
Ya,
the Marshall
aman-aman.
as we saw many times over the
Karena
last
aku cuma
couple
stream
years.
pagi kalau aku bangun pagi.
But it seems like even knowing that this weapon is on this side of the map, they still
Estrella orang Korea dan gue juga gak tahu Estrella dari tim mana.
three players.
Kata orang Estrella itu dari tim tier 3.
Dizzy up over the top. Flash not connecting, and Texture gets the collat. Our first one so far here of the season. Jemkin now, last man standing, does recover a Bulldog. Finds himself in a 1v2. Spike stranded down behind him, 30 seconds remaining. Can he even isolate Spike? Can he predict it? No, he cannot. And we'll take him out. Weapons can be picked up. And that's going to be Gen G.
Gak ada Arki besok, oke berarti besok gue cuma stream yang Amerika.
For RQ to see if they can get back on the horse.
Itu pun pagi.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered,
Kalau bangun.
this is not a bad
Bangunnya
round
masih
for
BA Arki,
RQ at all.
kayaknya masih deh.
Able to take some big guns away from Gen G, do some pretty decent damage. Texture, some huge kills, of course. The collat for the 4K, absolutely ridiculous.
Rudy Baswedan, astaga naga.
You can tell he wanted the ace.
Yeah.
He's trying to make it happen.
You can do this man.
Not this time though.
6-8, it's okay man. Masih bisa dikejar itu.
Position. A little bit of a leap there out of Jemkin's book, but plenty of covering fire. What is that?
Texture gue udah 20 kilo. Texture 20 Texture orang gila sumpah.
Invested, diving forward,
That's
looking
one.
for the jump there. It's gonna be
Oh,
locked in. Texture
Mr. Russian.
swept under the rug.
Kalem bro.
Man advantage now here into the hands of RRQ, but again, just given that this is the bonus, Gen G, any more damage they could deal even with a round loss is still going to be feeling
Gak tau kenapa
pretty decent for them.
pemain-pemain orang-orang Korea itu gila.
Everything grinds
Apa
to a
tadi?
halt.
Super saya ya, aku lupa namanya.
Boys cut.
Yang tadi di T1, gue lupa namanya. Nice one.
Perfect. Munchkin looked like maybe he was still going to be able to come away with something there despite the flash. But that's taken down. Spot there on Elmi Moore for a brief little moment, but a great read from RRQ. They start assessing, they start spraying through the box.
Babi, orangnya datang lagi.
Get that kill across.
Here got a tag in there. some damage.
Now in. Okay, Meteor on the hunt, trying to find some extra value, but wasn't expecting Jemkin up top. Ends up falling, and RQ widely managed to go ahead and take the bonus for themselves in fairly clean fashion.
Saya player, saya ganteng bapak lu. Saya payam, saya player.
Find a couple angles, a couple big kills. And they're able to just identify a player behind the box, isolate, take him out, and then not much for Meteor to do there.
Oke, gue udah punya rutinitas baru sekarang. Since I am back, bos ya. Pagi bangun dengan gym, makan, nge-stream, nggak latihan M dulu, nge-stream main Valorant, branding, terus off-stream sorenya, kerja, sampai malam, rehat, latihan M, tidur, terus bangun lagi. Anjay, life is balance, bro. Saya Prabowo. Udah lama kamu udah lama banget ini streamnya udah sejam tapi masih baru mulai gak lama sih. Jenkins Estrella lawan Lakia Texture. Lakia dalam kondisi darah setetes. Oh no, man. Oh ya Estrella, you can do this ya.
1v2, Texture at 10 HP. Can he clutch it out?
Ayo Estrella, tunjukin kalau lu tuh ada value-nya waktu diambil ke Arki gitu.
Catching Lakia, and that leaves him with a massive advantage. Texture just down below. Weapon not spotted, but he creeps in underneath and behind, and Texture will be able to close it out.
Oh
man, this looks so good for RQ.
Dia udah low banget, nggak ada yang kasih dia info apa dia low gitu.
But they don't get the kill. And then he steps out and causes all kinds of chaos. Karon on the other side, finding some impact.
Kerja apa sekarang Bang Fruit? Ekspor impor grinding biji kopi. Tempat hotspot bentar karena ada masalah karena Imlek sama orang tua gue datang. Jadi udah karena orang tua gue hari ini udah pulang ya semua balik lagi normal. Perlu paling gue suka sama viewers yang nanya tentang apa. Hubungan masa lalu gue sih, nggak masalah kalau nanya kayak saran untuk jalan hubungan tuh gimana, I don't mind. Tapi kalau nanya soal sebelumnya dia gimana gini yang ada berkaitan sama dia yang sebelumnya ya, I don't like it. Karena gue mau menghargai pasangan gue sekarang.
Really wanting to convert this round. Now Nanoswarm's going to get set up. Swinging around though is Meteor. Coming around the backside of Yellow. Hit is going to prevent him from seeing much of anything though.
Nice.
Trying to fight forward. Nice. Karon snaps over the side, takes down Texture. Pulls back, goes for the reload. Jemkin there to try to protect. Flip shot, and now finding himself a third. Meteor gone.
Nice. Not nice. Itu si Lakia astaga. Gue kira fit leader tadi.
Wanting Genji to get up to double digits quite just yet. Sparrow with another taking down Munchkin. Straight out will be the finisher coming out from mid.
Tapi ya, kalau dalam keadaan main 8-9 lawannya kayak gini si Genji sama Arki, ini kalau bisa Arki ataupun Genji ketemu T1 ketemu siapa lagi? Ketemu Bleed bakal keteteran ya, yakin gue. Jadi at least mereka harus ada mungkin make a play atau enggak konsisten di beberapa ronde untuk buat ngebuktiin kalau mereka tuh bisa siap lawan tim lain gitu. Makanya gue bilang Arki lawan si yang lain sama Genji tuh kalian juga 30% gitu. Bukan menjelekkan tapi sesuai dengan statistik aja gitu. So sweet banget Prut, gue mau dong jadi pacar lo, gue gak mau. Siapa lu?
Even though, I mean, obviously the core of RQ very much the same. Jemkin, the kind of the one new addition coming through. Meteor, the only mainstay from Gen G. But either way, everybody on these two teams has now inherited this.
Di stage call yang nonton dikit ya. Tadi rame sih tadi.
Gen G wanting to keep up appearances with new head coach Solo there in the booth, wanting to be able to deliver a third shutdown to RQ's hope.
Arki sekarang gak main fruit, kagak. Yang main lemon sekarang.
It's tough, man.
Sama Jason Limit.
Certainly had revenge on
Nah,
the
harus
mind.
bisa kerja dan bisa aja. Why not? Nothing is impossible, bro.
Were chomping at the bit. See if they can do what they could not last season.
Arki katanya raja-raja comeback kata Bang Sin.
The thrash. So does Flips.
Ya sebenarnya nggak salah sih. Waktu gue nonton MPL ya, Arki comeback lawan ini lawan Evos. Gue ingat banget aja. Skylar pakai Claudius sih namanya. Ada Claudi kayak namanya. Split push, terus tiba-tiba menang. Anjay, gue nonton di sana, gue ada di sana soalnya. Gue sama Revorsi sama Alec di depan. Nice. Nice, Almimor, ini yang gue suka nih. Kalau di kocak, ya gue nggak tahu bangsat. Gue nanya lu hero Dota juga lu bakal bingung kalau lu main Dota ya lu pasti tahu. Gue cuma main League of Legends sama Dota. Gue gak main Mobile Legends. Mobile Legends gue cuma tahu Win anjing sama Helios. Helios yang kuda itu.
Tried to all just make it go from the screens in the back of sight and really well covered. Chasing down texture there.
Almimor jadi duelist gak sih? Sebenarnya bagus ya Almimor jadi duelist. Cuman sekarang dia udah bisa flex. Atau gue Jemkin yang jadi duelist aja. Helios yang atau lo Hylos apapun lah udah. Kan udah bilang gue gak main. Gue cuma tau Win, Hylos apa lagi. Yasuo. Invoker, Mipo, Patch, Pukna, Pak.
Still leaning over towards the A site with this spike.
Winter Weaver. Weaver.
Lockdown used preemptively. The wingman is there to go for the plant, so they can grab this one. And now they have that slightly delayed, but
dia tinggal di mana?
with the spike getting interrupted. It's not coming through, so still plenty of time to work with here for Gen G. Just pushing up far enough to try to grab the spike, seemingly impossible here for RQ in that little window of opportunity that they had. Right now coming through, there's a full flash coming in. Is Texture not quite connecting with the shot? Meteor not realizing that Estrella was still going to be pushing forward. Jimkin now puts Munchkin down. They lost that one more in the process, but Lockdown going to be taken out by External. Rez, unlikely. Texture nearly finding himself another collab. Cleans up one, but still everything for him to do. The Thrash on the hunt. Time dwindling. Spike needs to be planted. And Texture, he might be able to ruin their day, but no. Flipshider catches him in the head, and RQ will once again take the lead.
It's phenomenal movement there from Texture. Dodges the Thrash, able to avoid the backstab from Estrella earlier. Keeping track of it.
Water Flame gak sih guys? Gue gak main Water. Gue cuma main League of Legends PC guys. Gue bukan pemain mobile. Gila Jemkin gila sih. Ini nih gue suka nih. Rusia nih. Suka nih gue. Ayo dong guys. Ayo dong pemain Indonesia. Bisa dong keep it up Jemkin. Jangan kasih Jemkin kill 19 doang. Estrella ayo. Lu dibayar mahal. Ayo bisa dong buktiin man. Jangan hancurkan ekspektasi fans-fans Arki di sini man. Gue percaya Arki bisa man. Let's go. I believe man.
As you can see, everybody kind of drifting forward, trying to take that forward space in A. Meteor trying to hold things down from Kitchen and Tomb, and he absolutely will. 2 kills for him, and that's exactly how Genji continue to get these thrifty round wins.
What is that, Meteor? That isn't fair. I mean, you got the Dizzy right in your face. Just ridiculous.
Oh, do they know? Yes, they do. Estrella now taken down. Munchkin putting a piece of the action. Finds the kill. Spike still all the way back here outside of A main. Moore gets himself into a forward position. But he is going to have to be the one that slams the door in Gen G's faces if RQ want to stop this from getting tied again. Moved up. A decent spot. Close angle needing to be cleared.
Skincare pakai apa? I don't use skincare too much, bro. Like I used to. Udah lama nggak pakai skincare, bro.
He cannot
Oh
get the follow-up
no.
shot. Xpero now.
Nggak bisa dong. Xpero.
On his lonesome in a 1v3. They're lined up for
Oh no. Oh itu kalau dapat 1v1 menang, cok. Sumpah. Soalnya ada Viper Pit.
Genji will keep it neck and neck.
Unbelievable. These ecos from Genji are just fantastic. I mean, didn't you say it earlier that they should just use sheriffs?
Yep. Just, you know.
I think you may be onto something.
We'll take a look back.
I want to
here
see
at
this.
Meteor's
This is
POV.
Yeah, after the dizzy is the one I want to see. Oh, he hits it and then repeaks. Disgusting.
Just basically
Film
right under
leader
the dizzy
kocak
bubble.
asli.
Estrella just showing that
Sayang banget,
shoulder. It's enough to get him punished. Two very crucial kills into the finisher there from
Di sini Flip Jadder sama Estrella harus do something, cuy.
Not going quietly into
I
the
know.
very late night. You can see, despite the delays and everything like that, everybody in this lobby.
Atau nggak Jemkinnya harus lebih panas lagi gitu.
For sure. Once again, trying to get that operator to get some value for texture. Early util plus pickup of the orb. If there's any more comes out, should try to give it away. Yeah, here you go, executes on.
Guard goes out, Dizzy as well, but really being noted, Genji in a fairly disconnected position. Now likely going to be trying to clear out that wingman. The Nano Swarm is going, and that's going to be the spike once again interrupted. Util timing's just working out very well here for the side of Genji.
Gimana prediksi skor
Allowing
Flip?
for Flips to just get those easy free
Bukan,
plants down.
udah 10-10 sih.
Sees the Nano
Gue
coming
tadi
through.
prediksinya
Backs away.
13-9, sekarang udah 10-10.
Available to our
Man,
RQ if they
nggak
wanna
expect
go
untuk
for a
close game sih.
rotate.
Semoga OT sih biar seru.
Have Elmi more in a very laid back position outside
Stop
of A.
bilang adopsi aku, Fruit.
Your point's gotta tell all.
Gue ngurusin kucing gue aja udah gak bener aja ngurusin anak orang lain lagi. Kita watch party Sen fast load gak? Itu jam berapa hari ini kan? Gue besok rencana pengen nonton Sen. Iya bener berarti kan? Hari ini. Besok maksudnya, besok pagi jam 5. Nice. No. Semangat Koko, halo tim ARQ.
Now it's all on Flips and Elmi more. Full flash on a Meteor, but they just don't know it. Flips can't try to go for the swing out.
Ini susah sih.
Eating that team flash, they try to go ahead and
Oh
get the auto him.
no, nice try. It's okay, 10-11. Bisa dong, 3 poin lagi.
Genji once again working their way into a lead.
Maybe just a little bit too static. You can see this
Angkat
from both
aku
teams
jadi
on their attacker
adikmu
side.
aja,
Sometimes they're
Mas.
just really tunneled on committing.
Kalau aku angkat adikmu terus dapat duit, oke lah, nggak apa-apa.
Toxic screen there. You feel like you kind of have to use that to get your approach to get to the spike, and Genji does a great job
14-12 lah,
adjusting.
oke lah.
They're having a little bit of trouble dealing with the wingman plants earlier in this half. Now not so much. Great flash. Again, Munchkin having some impact with that KO.
27 cuy.
Just a friendly reminder, he doesn't play it very much. Some of those flashes, especially earlier
27
on.
kill texture tuh gila. Untuk kelas VCT ya, lu bisa kill di atas 20 tuh udah gila banget. Dan texture manage kill 27. Gue lupa siapa pernah kill 30-an, 40. Gimana bukan? Chemistry-nya belum masuk. Lebih ke masuk gak masuk, gue gak tau, gue ngerasa Estrella gak nyala sih.
Ideally, you want to spread the map a little bit more.
Amimor
Try not to
oke.
overcommit some of that utility because
Amimor
they
bagus.
dump so much of their info and space gathering
Xfero
that
oke.
initial execute doesn't
Sisanya
go their way,
ada problem.
and then they're stuck. And right, you have to commit to get Flips back up there to get the spike, and then they plant and try to confuse Genji, but Genji's got enough information over on the other side of the map that they don't really need to budge either.
Saya player 36 tadi. Yang lawan T1 ya? Yang T1 lawan itu ya? 36 gila juga anjir. Tapi fun fact ya, tadi siapa yang Yoru itu Easy ya? Easy orang pertama yang nge-S di turnamen tahun ini. Dia orang yang paling pertama. Udah masuk berita tadi. First Ace. Nah, udah diambil sama Easy yang pakai Yoru tadi. Izu. Sorry guys, gue nama karena gue suka lupa sendiri aja. Easy. Dari tadi nama gue gak ada sing Helios. Siapa lagi? Claudius. Nggak tahu lah nama gue ada yang kalau sebut. Flip jeder kena colek lagi anjing.
Realistically, I mean, this is just such a
FFroody lek kanan.
RQ,
Look at on the right, man.
that operator is going to be situated on A. A member gone over on that B site. You know that the double stack is there, and Meteor waiting.
Kenapa dia pede banget ngeliat kanan ya? Gue kalau jadi FFroody juga harusnya lek kanan sih. Kayak gue ngerasa kayak ada namanya overthinking ya. Gue harusnya lek kanan gitu.
It's just not something that they had to deal with.
Right, exactly. That window is, I'd say it's a pretty balanced window to be honest, but I'd say if you can get up into that position as the attackers and you check, you have a fair shot to win that fight for sure. But
Caroline once again looking maybe get himself
30 seconds left.
another elimination as that fight does come down. Damage just has to be eaten, but it's not too much there for Estrella, so he's able to back away. But 3v5 for the hold, I mean, the null command available here for Munchkin.
you have nothing but a nano for utility for this post plan.
Not the Dexter.
It's gonna have to be on wall.
Dexter dari dulu di GG kan? Atau Dexter sempat ke ini? Oh, Dexter sempat di GE bukan?
Flanks to be concerned about here, not that they are aware of it. So the fuse gets started here, the swing out,
Oh, no.
Munchkin, snappy. Switches back over to the right.
Estrella.
There you have it, Munchkin
Why
will
you
be put
always
down on the
miss your
floor, but he can be
shot?
rezzed.
Are you okay,
It
baby
is
girl?
flawless as Gen G now.
Tuh kan Dexter di GE ya? Gak kelihatan apa-apa, tapi
Again, Gen G is starting to get a feel for
Dexter.
this. Like how RQ is
Yo,
wanting to
fix
play.
yo,
They're
tangan
getting great
sangat-sangat
timings
minyak.
on some of their util.
No, nanti muka aku kotor.
Committing in bad spots. That's just not fair, man. Okay, that's just unfair. This is like just
No man.
Meteor in a better position. But that
Oh,
shot
yeah.
from Karon's
Oh,
not
yes,
fair. That
dipijit.
ain't. Ugh.
Kita habis ini kelar nonton ini Paradox Killer.
Aku dari tadi nonton.
No, kamu udah episode berapa? Kamu tahu kamu teman aku dari satu lagi. Gak mau tahu. Gak mau tahu.
Hey, I think you should try out for this team. Lock,
You
you're going to be able to
bored.
find Jemkin. Be more answering back, however. Shuts down that enemy Gecko as RQ very much all in here on that A
Katanya hari
side.
ini Malming ya?
Texture
Oh
lurking in
iya.
the back.
Malming kita nonton.
Draws out the blades. Finds
Bersama
Estrella.
Kitsu.
Through a
Oh
little
my
more.
god.
The dash over the side can't quite find that third kill, but the damage is dealt. Flip shot it down to 39. The 2v3, the pit, still available.
Sparrow bikin duris man. Easy
Sparrow going to be
nih.
investing his.
2v2 man. It's only Carrot man.
Unexpected
It's
angle.
behind
Comes in
you
from the
man.
back, finds the kill. Flip shot it out. Last man standing
Nice.
gets the headshot to keep them in the game.
Ayo Bi, kamu di sini kamu di sini bawa keberuntungan. Tim ini langsung menang Bi.
To take us into
Oke
our
lah.
second
Bahwa kami di
overtime
surga
of the
dekat
night.
kanan namamu, datanglah kerajaanmu, jadilah kehendakmu.
The thing I'm struggling with right now is not just that it's late and I'm
We
tired.
have Black Demon bro.
That's not it.
You're supposed to be back at the home by now. What?
Koko Masker memberikan 1000.
Astaga, Koko Masker. Kasih aba-aba dong, kaget gue. Tiba-tiba ditambah 1000 koin. 1000 koin itu cetiau. Sejuta. Thank you Koko Masker. Iya.
This guy.
A little bit of pause. As good as Karon is with his
Ya,
guns.
ini kenalin ini temanku. Namanya Komas.
Komos?
Iya, dia dulu teman main Valorantku dari awal banget. Yes, dia anak Surabaya, if I'm not wrong. Gue masih ingat Surabaya.
Jemkin watching for it. The flash to try to escort.
Iya, satu kampung sama bapak lu.
I thought maybe he was actually going to agree to try to get the shot across, but instead he's just going to have to try to make it out, get around to safety. He just barely does. Looked like he was going to be detained for sure, but now Plan getting ready to come through. Thrash
Ichi.
led forward. Chase coming in, and I believe
Oh
Detain
no.
is there. And
Oh
extra
no,
side
please,
with Jemkin out.
miracle. Oh my god, please.
Just find one, but there's so much more.
Please,
work to be
I need
done.
more do the class. Oh no man, Texture, fuck off man. 30 kills man,
The
this
wingman
guy.
sent the pit, saved for this moment, it would seem.
Oh no man, Texture gak sehat anjing Bi.
Second 4K of the map. Gen G
Gak sehat sih.
to take Icebox away from RQ.
Ini tangan gue minyak nih, masih bekas pijat.
Any doubts about Texture as a duelist? You probably
Oh,
shouldn't,
no.
at least so far. He just dropped the 33 bomb on
Man,
that
this scoring
map.
people is
And again,
crazy
it's
man.
because he's so well balanced. I mean, other than one or two moments that I thought were maybe he
Cinca.
overextended a little
It's
bit or
scoring diff
overheated a little
man.
bit.
Ayo.
He was just
Ayo,
normal
bisa dong
Texture.
Estrella.
You and I have been watching this guy
Bisa dong
for
Estrella.
years and years. Since
Bisa
day
dong.
one.
Next game nyala man. Kalau tau pas Estrellanya. Kenapa?
Ini temen
We'll have it up on
aku di kuliah.
the screen in a
Really?
minute.
So,
I won't spoil it. What I will say
Oh, si Wilson yang
Yang
ngajak
tinggi,
yang main Valorant tuh yang
yang
basket.
tinggi
Nggak
kecil
tahu.
yang jerapah itu.
Tahu. I remember that game, man.
who had 4, and then it was Meteor who had 3.
It went well.
And Jim.
Aku rasa Estrella bukan grogi deh, gue nggak tahu ya, kayak grogi deh. Gue ngerasa Estrella lagi gak dapat M-nya gitu.
What can I say? I didn't expect a
Gue
lot of
fans
what we just
beratnya
witnessed.
ARKI, gue bahkan setia lihat Revolusi udah ke AE, Ali keluar dari Valorant ARKI. Cuma gue stay, man. Itu apa namanya, tingkat kesetiaan gue terhadap ARKI, bro. Man.
And I was also having a little bit of concerns about
Fatma
how
Yahoo Kitsu. Sering live love fruit. Gue tuh kebetulan Komas lagi gak live tuh gara-gara sempat ada kerja, terus kerjanya lagi ada problem. Nah, jadi gue stop dulu bentar, gue lempar ke temen gue. Karena gue juga masih part of ARKI dan gue juga bakal lebih streaming karena ya, my parents sudah balik ke Batam, gue bakal tiap hari streaming. And I wish you guys to stream every day. Awas sekali nggak mampir.
You know what? That wasn't very obvious going through every single round back and forth between Gen G and RRQ. Now, both sides had amazing plays. Jemkin was also on fire, but why was it not enough?
It just didn't feel like he could create enough space. A lot of times RQ were trying to formulate their plans around Jemkin, but if he's not allowed to get those opening picks, it's just so much more difficult for RQ to create that space. And a lot of times in the first half, Gen G's game plan centered around making sure that Jemkin would not be able to get kills.
Yeah, and that's the other part, is that
Ditolak kan?
Gen G proved
Ya,
that
anjing,
all
guys,
5 of
ditolak.
them
Malas
can
aku tahu.
take the duel against Jemkin. Meanwhile, on the RQ side, not
Man,
all
why you
5 of them
tolak me?
can take the duel against Texture, Meteor, and sometimes, you know, a Charon. I mean, all 5, right? They were definitely outmatched in terms of firepower. So that part Gen G has already proven. But I also think Gen G has impressed me more than I would have thought optimistically. And Texture, my God. Billy was a favorite that we're not getting. 13-11 scoreline,
Kan dibilangin, makanya itu udah kasih aku itu tebak-tebakannya. Jangan ditebak. Ih, Tofu jangan ditebak sih. Guys, Eric sebenarnya abusive loh Tofu guys. Ini aku pelaporan.
Like this is what the Gen G roster
was meant
to produce. Yeah, and so many of those first kills or even kills alone came from op kills and also just support from Munchkin. There were several god flashes, especially around
Bukan gitu, bodoh.
got thrown so many times. RQ didn't really know how to react to it. I mean, Gen G in this form just really looks incredible. At the
jadi
same time,
kalau ada orang kayak gini, terus dia nge-hold the fingers, it means
well, the
like
Gecko, first of all, the side of Gen G, tying in with the KO.
Dekat di atas siapa, bodoh?
Kamu lah.
Kamu yang ADRT-in aku.
Mana bekas bengkaknya?
In fact, while this was RQ's pick, I would say in terms of chaining
Pacarnya mirip Katis. Beda bangsat, Katis yang si itu loh yang dibilangin cewek polos itu loh. Wait, so you guys just make a house together? We make a house? Kita di film up kah?
Di up gak ada yang bikin rumah ya?
Mereka bikin rumah sama pasangannya.
Rebuild.
Ribut ah.
Rebuild. Dia renovasi rumah sendiri sama pasangannya, terus tiba-tiba pengen ngide mau ke apa ujung tebing pakai balon. Aku dari hard fan up, gak bisa emang gitu.
Oh iya, Texture is insane. Yeah, Texture is fucking crazy.
Ini boneka dari
What
IKEA.
happened? How did they kind of lose that? And it's just something that you really want to think about because at times it just feels as though Gen G really knows how to pick them apart and RQ doesn't
Akitsu
expect
kapan
it.
live? Dia sombong guys. Dia live-nya harus dibayar dulu kan. Dia kalau nggak dibayar nggak bakal di live itu. Gue nyuruh dia live itu harus sujud dulu nih. Harus cium kakinya baru dia mau live. Pakai masker kelihatan sekilas kayak Katis.
On the squad of Gen G, they start to lose out on that. So I think that was a healthy mix of RQ maybe reading a little bit, not being patient enough, but then also Gen G just saying, "Listen, we'll take the kill."
You wanna see oily? Come.
There are several rounds. Texture really went for that Blade Storm or the Sheriff and then hit up around a nest and then really expected for RQ to show up and then pick them off that way. And that's why RQ. I
Gua kadang mau modern lo, cuma lo udah kayak kaya, mau gimana? Amin. Gue juga pengen kaya. Lo mau lihat rekening gue gak?
At which he pushes, and then Gen G doesn't really know or expect him to be around there, and that's how they managed to steal some rounds away. FFroody as well. I mean, FFroody, but it's not quite enough to bring them over.
Aduh rekening kita semua di sini.
Tutupin.
Kau usah tutupin,
Rekening kau tutupin bodoh.
Gak apa-apa, nomor rekening gue mereka jadi tahu gitu.
Ternyata dari
aduh kita coy, siapa yang paling banyak, paling dikit.
Itu dolar.
Ya amin.
Kamu nggak tahu itu dolar.
Jelas di kiri IDR.
Gitu jujur, Erik bagusan aku sekarang Dia semenjak sama aku tuh udah aku permak guys. Jadi dari sisi kuping, terus dental health, terus juga di bagian fashionnya juga.
Rekening kecil, gue buka genius gue deh.
Dia nggak percaya banget ya.
Gue penting gue ada kejadian yang ketimpa gue
Intinya unlucky dikali 999 kali.
Man. Halo Azri. Itu genius loh. Rekening gue cuma 2 aja.
Cin naon nanya Cina? Itu Haicin.
Bucin. Oh. Otakmu rasis banget Cina mulu. Di Bandung pas banyak pas. Semuanya kalian bongkar anjing.
Ini mereka gali kamu punya rekening tanpa kamu tahu sayang lebih tepatnya.
Masa aku gali juga tetap habis gitu. Aku gimana?
Lu
harus lihat apa lagi anjir?
Mungkin gua ada ini. Ini aja gua habis ngamen guys.
Sialan motion anime gue itu.
Gue habis ngamen guys.
Itu tahu nggak guys? Lu sebenarnya uang apaan? Ini itu sebenarnya dapat dari motion anime di mana waktu itu eventnya si Bang Winda.
Dan ada orang aku di motion anime aku jadi tukang parkir di luar kan.
Oh, pantesan kamu hilang ya waktu itu.
Ku yang dulu bukanlah yang.
Itu pengamen kocak kan tukang parkir.
The side of Gen G, it's the double duelist with Jet and of course Raze. It's going to be
Gua masih yakin Gua masih yakin rekening Fruit lebih tinggi dari rekening gua. Itu mustahil. Iya, aku kenal Komas sudah sejak dahulu kala dari dia belum lahir aku udah kenal dia. Ya. Jadi there is no chance. 0.00000.1 itu gua baru bisa itu chance gua untuk menangnya rekening gua lebih tinggi dari dia.
Bentar, Komas emang kita pernah ketemu enggak?
Gak pernah. Itu teman nama aku. Semenjak kamu pacaran sama aku kan jadi jarang streaming kan. Sama jarang di Discord. Adapun sempat sama Koma di Discord cuma sekali gara-gara habis itu kita lanjut sibuk lagi. Jadi masih belum sempat. Sombong.
Thank you guys very much.
I do it all this for you, man.
Map number 2, see whether or not Gen G are going to get the clean closeout. Like T1 before them.
Lo tau kenapa aku gini guys, ada cerita lucu dan jadi ini Valentine. Jadi gue beliin dia cincin nih. Valentine promise ring. Karena duit gue bisa habis, ya nggak apa. Maksud gue kayak duit bisa dicari, tapi momen nggak bisa dicari. Jadi gue beliin dia cincin. Ya gitulah. Walaupun agak lucu dan konyol kedengarannya sedih ya, tapi it's okay. You still like it, right?
Yeah, I like it. Thank you.
And it's gonna actually be texture.
Apa tuh?
On the Raze, giving.
Jadi yang udahin gue di motion anime kemarin Fruit ya anjing.
Iya, soalnya gak mau bayar parkir. Kontol.
Ini si Onipe kayaknya berantem sama tukang parkir tau gak? Oh dia minta liat kucing tuh. Nah gue full.
Nih mending kamu komentarin.
Oh jangan dong.
From flip shot against some behind him, with a decent little bit of damage. Just find the kill. Now Meteor, the last man standing, 10 HP with the frenzy in hand. Almost dashes out into the open.
Jadi kayak tour leader ya anjir.
She don't know that's my last HDK Bang Fruit.
Pistol round win here in the series.
Tapi bener sih, itu bener kejadian sih. Lucu sih tapi. Yang ini,
or you
yang
can shut
Shidono
down
is my last 100k.
attacker-sided comp of Gen
Kamu ngerti
G,
nggak artinya apa?
the better.
Aku ngerti, tapi itu kenapa?
Really fast fence
Cetera?
control there from the side of Gen G, but
Yeah.
Jangan lah, fokusin nggak gitu.
ready for all the wraparounds that are coming at them.
Yeah, and it was really good bailout play from Estrella. Even though he
Wow.
gets stuck in kind of a bad
Bisa
spot, he's got
komentarin,
great
jadi
cover
gini.
from the rest of the team, and like you said, great
Jadi
reaction.
ini apa? Aku nungguin anjir.
Kau yang komentarin.
Aku?
Ya kita fokus game dulu sini.
Over towards Male.
Kamu di sebelahku sambil
Everybody else right into
Maksudnya dari tadi aku perhatiin gimana.
It's okay. Intinya sekarang Arki unggul. Nah Arki tuh punya pemain baru. Namanya Estrella sama Jenkin. Satu dari Korea, satu lagi dari Rusia. Tapi campuran Korea mukanya. Kalau orang bilangnya mirip Evostas. Evotes.
got that sheriff again.
He does. There's a judge on the other side, up in male.
This is exactly what RRQ wants. They want to funnel Gen G into this judge.
Kamu ngerti ya? Nggak ngerti ya Sek.
Nggak, aku bukan nggak tahu ini siapa lawan siapa lagi ya
Arki lawan Genji tim Korea. Kamu dukung siapa? Kamu kalau kamu dukung Genji kita musuhan malam ini.
Some very easy collections here on the kills for Jemkin.
Aku tuh mati hidup. Mati hidup bersama Arki.
Oke.
Anjay.
Oke lah, biar seru aku pegang tim musuh deh ya.
Oke.
Yang kalah ketoprak Indomie bayarin.
Aku sih 20.000.
Bisa lah Indomie goreng itu.
More, however, waiting inside the nebula. Goes for the spray. Flip shatter able to find
Ini map pakai siapa? Ini map pakai Genji. Biasa game itu lucunya tahu gimana game gini. Biasa game yang map pakai mereka selalu kalah gitu. Harusnya kalau map pack itu map yang kamu pilih pasti harusnya menang chance-nya. Chance-nya lebih tinggi. Tapi mereka selalu kalah gitu. Mostly gitu. Gak kenapa. Kayak ada kutukannya gitu. Kenapa lu nggak coba trial Arki ya? Gue bukannya nggak mau, gue tahu diri. Gue nggak jago. Gue mungkin bisa main Valorant, tapi gue nggak sekelas mereka.
Emang lu nggak pernah mau coba Bi?
Nggak pernah. No. Lawan tier 2 aja babak belur gitu. Sebenarnya bisa aja, cuman emang aku yang malas aja
Oh by the
latihan.
way katanya Judge di nerf ya?
Yes, from 7 bullets sampai 5. Dan the spread dan jump shotnya juga dinaikin jadi lebar banget.
Baki tapi gimana?
Baki still good. Kamu lupa aku ace pakai Baki. Let's go Genji, you shut the fuck up Martini man.
Let's go Geng.
It's Genji not Geng.
Emang iya? Dia bilang
Cam set up.
Genji.
Oh tulisannya gitu.
Yes, G-N.
Aku kira Genji literal Genji like from Overwatch.
No, not Genji bro. It's Genji.
Cage now pop. Swings out. It's just a second too late to potentially find the kill. Just
Ngantuk.
forcing them back for now.
Both teams reading each other well. Meteor making
watch
contact in
Killer
mid
Paradox.
with Estrella.
I can.
Either finding
Kitsu diam-diam geng. Dia emang Genji supporter aja bangsatnya.
Enggak. Ini I'm doing this biar Erik ada lawan aja. Karena Erik kan RRQ. Gue pegang sebelahnya aja udah.
Being a world of pain, but no, somehow that Trailblazer does not
Oh,
connect.
nice. Not nice.
Find textures, he jumps down with Meteor quick on the reply. Shadow will intercept.
Not nice. Sumpah, ini kalau gak Meteor, Texture itu mereka dua crack anjing.
Emang Genji dari mana tadi kamu bilang?
Korean. Ambitious lah.
Itu.
Somehow coming away with that kill. Now Meteor, yeah, feeling it. One more to go. You can see the wraparound coming through Jemkin.
Ini tim yang RRQ siapa aja? Yang RRQ siapa aja?
Yang kiri.
Time is dwindling.
Thank you ya.
All the usual try to work with.
Saudara.
Bukan, itu maksudnya dari Indo atau dari mana?
Indo, Flip Jeder, Elimimor sama FFroody. Nice.
Turns away for a brief little moment. Ends up getting taken down. Ace
Easy win.
Another bonus conversion here for RQ if Jemkin can win this.
Anjay! Jemkin bos.
3 kills for him in the round.
Ih, nyembur bener lah.
RQ again just echoing their performance that we saw in Icebox. 3 rounds consecutively right off the bat. The question is, does Gen G get another thrifty coming in the round 4?
Agak sedikit mirip sih
I mean,
sebenarnya.
this one, just a bit off there is Munchkin. A little bit wider than he expected. Maybe hoping for just the slow walk. But it was a swing there
Bisa
from
menang
Jemkin
loh.
that got him that first kill. Started opening up things for himself. Here does have a blade storm.
I think let's order something for tonight.
For Munchkin, couple stingers.
Maybe some reassessment on the buy, but seems like Judge is going to stick through. Maybe just a very fast
They always
hit here
lose
onto the A side. Double push
from
up
the
ramp for
momentum,
brief
bro.
moment.
Like every time. Tapi nggak kenapa. That's how the games work, you know. Ya selalu gitu. Elmore. Nah, gue takutnya nanti udah 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, tiba-tiba jadi 5-6 gitu.
Snappy from Elmore finds the headshot, sends out that neural theft.
Iya.
The ping down
Ya,
on
Dota
the rest
nggak
of the
jadi,
players.
dia bagus.
Push up, Lakia dead, abandoning the spike at the base of the ramp. Where Elmore seems like he is hungry for a couple more kills. Tries to swing it out. The Judge is going to be put to use, but this is going to be the 1 kill found. I mean, a triple face now at the top of the ramp. Taron able to find 1, but won't get much more than that. Still closer than he might have considered, but this time RRQ do stop Gen G from picking up the thrifty.
Yeah, Elmore is
Kebaca momennya. Sebenarnya bukan kebaca momennya, kayak hal simpel tadi kan ngebantai ya di pasti Icebox awal. Nah, tiba-tiba Estrella jadi gak bisa nembak, tembakan dia miss terus, terus flip jeder, ada momen yang dikit blunder. Same goes to si David ataupun si Elmore. You bored? After this we watch or play, okay?
I watch by myself. Bye-bye.
Oh ya udahlah, you left me again.
Into that Astra ult, the sequence can certainly help.
Okay, fine lah. I watch other things lah.
Okay.
I don't want to watch together.
And look how quick they are to shift off that little bit of info. Gen G hasn't been.
Kim Dami beda. Kim Dami yang Itaewon Class. Ceweknya Itaewon Class. Yang aktornya ceweknya Pak Sojun.
Thank you ya, aku sangat tahu itu yang mana sayang.
Yang
dia nyanyiin kayak gue bakalan tahu aja orang yang mana.
Iya. Itu kan kamu tahu film ya?
Enggak. Aku cuma tahu lagu yang kamu nyanyiin doang.
Toko masker memberikan 1000 koin.
Azek.
Pacar kamu jangan sombong-sombong.
Padahal aku gak sombong loh.
Itu statement dari dia ya.
Emang aku sombong? Padahal aku friendly loh. Aku tuh cuma lebih ke mager pegang HP doang.
Tapi iya sih, jujur.
Kamu Kitsune punya chatnya gak ngebalas loh. Bukan karena aku gak sayang dia atau apa. Emang aku tipe orang yang mager pegang HP. Oh gila, Xfero cewek.
Bayangin guys. Kan ceweknya sendiri gak dibales.
Anjay. Lebih terkenal para Kitsu. Gitu ya. Enggak canda. Bukan gak bisa saya, HP ku udah butut. Apa? Gak. Masalahnya bukan butut. Maksudnya butut plus in the same time banyak message yang masuk. Karena kan gak cuma chat kamu and those email and other things, you know.
Jangan sampai aku beliin kamu iPhone yang satu lagi. Khusus chat aku download WA, Line, IG.
Mana kamu dong gitu ya.
Iya. Jadi kalau kamu masih gak bales.
Crazy bro.
Bener-bener.
Pacarnya kenapa pakai masker? Karena zaman sekarang orang-orang tuh freak banget tuh, nggak bisa jaga privasi. Jadi ketika Kitsu pakai masker keluar ataupun nggak pakai masker, orang bakal ragu kayak itu bener Kitsune nggak sih gitu, ngerti gak sih?
Brimstone guys.
Iya, muka dia kayak Brimstone, berjenggot gitu ya.
Ini hari ini aku belum syukuran.
But anyway, thank you Komas sudah 2000 koin. I love you so much bro.
Tunok bebe.
Oke lah.
Covid banget sebenarnya sih gitu. Tapi fun fact, gue gak pernah kena Covid ya Der. Lu jangan kira gue pernah kena Covid.
with RRQ, they're reading
FC
the
apa sih?
positions really well, and the snappy shooting is
Gedein FC malah
certainly
itu.
helping.
Basecamp.
Some of those shots from Elmimore and
Mahal,
Xfero
guys, mahal. Donat dulu.
and Estrella as well have been really,
Facecam?
really
Oh,
on
facecam
point.
tuh yang satu screen itu.
Now you've got Showstopper to worry about. Seekers you were talking about earlier, Achilles.
Udah 2 juta, yo, thanks you. Revosi udah 2 juta, wow.
Ya udah kamu mau juga sana, kamu track dulu.
Pada tadi aku udah track tau. Oh, kok masih dia harus replay sih. Parah sih. Bahkan gue sampai kasih kayak special kayak anjing itu the best part bro.
Aku masih keinget yang tadi di airport tau gak sih? Ayam yang gak enak tadi itu. Aku sampai sekarang masih bete banget sama ayam tadi.
Itu kelar game ini aku ceritain kok masuk itu goblok banget ini di ini.
Belum pernah ngeliat aku lempar meja.
Untungnya. Ya kalau enggak ya mereka kan asu. Boom ikut gak bang? Boom cuma di challenger. Dia kemarin gak menang ini, gak menang challenger. Jadi yang masuk cuma Blink. Gua hari ini nge-spending makan ngebuat keluarga 1 juta cuma untuk ayam dingin.
Enggak sih, ayam dinginnya kamu sendiri sih. Tapi sebenarnya ayam dingin itu buat 2 orang. Itu ayam dingin SN gulai kasih lemak.
Masalahnya mending aku makan warteg kan. Cuma itu makan warteg lebih enak daripada itu. Gila aku.
Jadi dia nasi lemak tapi dia tinggal microwave doang. Dan itu masih.
Itu di bandara loh.
Itu di bandara dan as you guys can expect harga di bandara itu kan kayak up to 80 minimal. Dan itu ayamnya
jadi FFroody. Nah, kalau lagi ngomong.
It's just kind of overreading the map here. You know, Meteor gets.
He lost it.
Oh boy.
6-0 nih.
That is catastrophic.
6-0.
If I just clear this corner.
Ya, taruhan nih guys. Kira-kira skornya berapa?
That's painful for Genji.
Yep. That is a cherry on top for RRQ. One less piece of util to worry about. Still some
percaya ini skornya.
But far getting them into a strong position to be able to actually utilize them has been difficult.
6-13.
Lockyer going to be taking a little bit of damage. Warriors able to find one. Straight up pushing up. Lockyer taken out. Trade backs come through and
kalau overtime ada kok skor sama.
Eliminated is this is just one of the wonkiest rounds we've seen so far. Seems like RRQ still in a strong position. Heron rotating out. Does have the spike in hand, but has to shoot the Seeker. The jig is up. They know he's on the site. The tap coming through. Jump peek.
Bisa, jangan pecah. Kasih bantai 13-0.
Will just be able to hold
nah, gini.
Eliminating him.
Nah, jadi yang kayak gue bilang guys, ini kan Estrella nyala, bener gak? Estrella nyala, Flip Jitter nyala, satu tim nyala. Langsung gimana situasinya? Langsung 7-0. Tadi Icebox itu aku rasa itu game pemanasan, yakin gua. Itu kayak anggapan game pemanasan, gak dapet timingnya, gak dapet momentumnya. Ini satu RQ udah nyala langsung 7-0 cok. Makanya kayak gua bilang, ini cuman karena kebaikan angin-anginan.
Nothing working. It seems like at every twist and turn they're either outguessing or
boleh.
Kind of underestimating the positioning of RRQ.
Aku kan lagi.
Now they've got a pit.
Main
Gives the
sariawan.
opportunity. Try to get in. Really keep.
Okay, you go. I secure.
Or potentially now
Ada.
be secured.
gitu.
Tell me more with another neural.
Kita fokus Valorant.
Still sitting on his wall.
Ada Kitsune langsung menang. Aku udah bilang, Kitsune itu bawa jimat cuy. Ini kalau kamu pergi tiba-tiba kalah, aku tarik kamu balik lagi. Yes. Ada. Ih kalah. Gara kamu langsung ini pecah telurnya. Oh no.
That's the pit.
Swiftly dealt with. The pit is going to be gone. But now Flipshider having to deal with Texture and Lockya.
Yeah, answered right back. I mean, Estrella is really in it on this map.
Enggak guys, tadi my OBS.
Here, just able to reset so nicely after that tough loss on Icebox.
There's no chance to even try to celebrate off the back of that one. stay focused up. I mean, Gen G are in a potential spot where they could rescue this half. If they can make it up to 5, hell, even an 8 and 4 might feel pretty decent about it.
Kok dijadiin jimat?
But as that
Kamu datang langsung
through
the smoke itu.
More quick to collect. Spike now going to be picked up. Jemkin
langsung menang.
stopping Media from pushing forward, and Elmi more gets that retrigger, gets the kill.
Man.
Nanti jimatnya?
Lihat guys,
langsung GG Gaming.
In reply, RQ they find themselves with a flawless.
Oke, aku balik lagi dulu ya.
Ya udah, kamu balik lagi. Kalau kayak lagi, aku panggil kamu lagi. Man.
And this is just RQ happy to give up a little bit
Emang
of space.
rubah itu membawa kemenangan anjing.
Not able to win these duels. So desperately need Jemkin just waiting.
Nggak ngerti gue anjing. Ternyata di tadi itu ada Kitsu makanya bisa 7-0 cok. Coba slot di sebelah Kitsune deh. Ya udah Bi.
But again, they dodge all the
Iya,
early
aku buka
utility,
CS.
and then they
Oh
just
iya,
wait back to
Kitsu
say,
buka
"Come on."
CS dapat emas anjing. Nah, coba kamu pergi lagi Bi. Oke, dadah.
Catches
Nah, Kitsu udah pergi.
in transition with Spike, and that's the round just completely thrown into disarray and falling apart for Gen G.
Big change up here from Xfaro. Hasn't taken this position
Emang
yet.
QB cok.
Question is,
Nah harusnya udah ini harusnya udah menang. Bisa ya.
or texture, whichever one decides to go first. Do they go for the quick look left? Oh boy. Well, Sand Flash comes in, and yep, texture.
Oh
privy to it.
no Kitsu,
Comes up
we
with the
lost
kill.
man.
Just back down. Little bit of damage, but nothing too concerning.
Oh no. Oh yes.
Jemkin suddenly on with 3 kills.
Oh Jemkin sih gila ya.
For an ace here, it's Karen so
Yes.
low. Will be able to take him
Gak
down.
jadi Bi, kita menang.
It's all on Munchkin.
Without you.
Rotating through the defender's spawn.
Genji supporter.
Will finish off the enemy raise, but Elmi Moore with as snappy as he's been, proved to be a much more resilient target.
Nah, udah. Harusnya menang. Ini kalau kalah ya beneran anjing. Kitsu buff anjing.
Neither of them playing in towards his sight line, so Munchkin has to come well out into the site. They're split apart, so
Does he pit first?
It'd be so
30
risky.
seconds
It
left.
would give up the game so very swiftly, and it looks like, yeah, now Munchkin is watching for it, has noted it. Doesn't get the shots in the manner that he was looking for, but okay, the readjustment comes in. Munchkin able to find the kill, and Elmi Moore not trying to rush it down. Now he's in with a shout, but can't quite line up the head. Elmi Moore still standing. Keeps them well.
Kok gak ada native live-mu? Karena emang YouTube tuh gitu cuy.
It's just so
bisa.
tough for Gen G.
Map ketiga. Let's fucking go man.
Playing so well
Fuck it ke Arki man. Tapi Arki tuh sama Genji tuh kayak jodoh. Kalian nyadar gak sih tahun lalu juga Arki ketemu Genji gitu. All in Geng. Nanti gue buka case ya, siapa namanya Komas, gue bawa Kitsune, pasti gue dapat emas cuy. Sabar, pipis dulu guys.
Find at least the one, but yeah, I mean you gotta.
Yeah, I mean, given just the disadvantage,
You need
second
these 2
timeout
rounds.
has to be burned. Gen G throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this one here to see if they can get something back. 9 and 3. I mean, that used to be the borderline, the absolute limits of feeling okay about old split when it was so defender-sided. These days, when you're running a double duelist especially, not so much.
Exactly, and I'm just really curious to see how Gen G is going to adapt here. I mean, I think they just need to play for each other a little bit more. To keep it simple, if I'm a coach in this situation, I'm probably just saying just play off of each other, guys. It seems like a lot of times some of these fights get isolated, or you're not really communicating very well with who's positioned where and who's covering what angles. It seems like every once in a while RRQ able
Emang
to
berapa kali
find
matchnya?
some opportunities to
Satu tim 4 kali kalau nggak salah.
and that's
Patah-patah bang live-nya. Lu nggak sih? Atau gimana?
where small mistakes can
Mungkin ini apa? Furto GG kali. Nggak tahu cok. Anak Rusia tuh nggak tahu kenapa semua GG cok.
divide on the other side for RRQ. So
Buka case knife udah. Lu lihat gue dalam kondisi bokeh. Lu mau suruh gue buka case. Lu mau gue makin bangkrut.
make a play for him to get potentially.
Aman kan guys? Aman kan? Gak ada masalah kan?
Instead, they're just going to try to push up mid, and Flip's reading it pretty well here to
Okay,
just buy a little
good
bit of
to
time
hear
and
that.
then
Aman.
bail out as he doesn't have any real.
Ahmad Irfan cuma lockdown kayak internetnya si Ahmad Irfan deh.
Pulls back.
Coba cek deh internet lu.
Still worried about that Viper wall, so concerned with potential push up onto that A ramp. As Jemkin continues to hold forward. Looks like he's going to try to go off the back of this one.
Loh,
Down
hah?
away. We're not going to be able to find much
Sebentar.
value, a little bit of
Kalau
damage.
gitu, ulti race-nya kemana?
Out there, but the heal comes in. Lakia getting Karen back
Lah.
up to full HP. I just don't think he was quite ready for how many people he saw outside of the garage. A little bit of a panic.
Kalau gitu, ulti race-nya kena siapa?
Gives his regards to Rosa, as now Lakia going on a hunt, but won't come up with anything.
And it's all 5 of Gen
Ingat
G,
Fruit,
so
90 of gamblers quit before hitting it big. Yeah, not for me, man. Tapi kenapa gak kena? Lah kena mana?
I want to see Gen G play as a team. You do need a little bit of
Wow.
a flank angle potentially. Let's see if it's
Wait, how the fuck this happened, bro?
Estrella does manage to get caught by that one, but
Oh, let's go, Gen G. Nah,
Too damn
tuh kan,
good. Estrella
gue udah
now as
bilang
well,
apa, guys?
finding his legs.
Arki
Time is
menang
dwindling. His
ketika
flank
semua
straight
nyala
out to
tuh.
the open, and that should just about do it. Karen needed to win that one to give Munchkin any hope in
Langsung
hell.
10-1. Kenapa? Genji kena airball anjing. Airball habis-habisan.
They are pushing out onto Gen G
Tadi
right
itu
now.
icebox ya. Kita harusnya menang, sumpah. Perkara emang unlucky aja Estrella gak nyala.
What they're doing. It is so impossible
Ini nyala.
for Gen G to accomplish anything that they want to do.
Langsung GG Gaming bangsat. Emang unlucky aja sumpah icebox. Kalau nggak ini udah 2-0 yang tadi pegang sama Arki.
Hey, we don't have anybody watching. Be heaven. We just got a bunch of contact. Look for the lurker.
Kena tembok,
look
Mas,
for the
kena
flanker,
tembok.
seeing if they were trying to set up a crunch. Okay, it's not
Perasaan
there.
dia tadi ultinya ke
Get right back into
lantai deh.
position. Set up for this B hit. And they just waiting with open arms. Shot goes wide from Flip.
Stopper on the
Oh,
chase,
no.
and Texture finds Flipshider,
You
taking him down,
gay,
but Xero
man.
peeking out of that nebula, able to find one. Gets caught by that full flash, goes out once
Oh,
more,
no.
but Karen, nice shot
Ada
from
sub
him.
shooternya no.
Shuts him down, and keeps Gen G with a man advantage. Hit available, the Seekers let loose. The final round of the half, of course, they're going to go ahead and invest
Gue benci banget
everything.
sama Texter. Ah, Jemkin kasih tau. Oh iya. Bisa Estrella.
Still alive,
Bisa yuk,
still
bisa
in this
Estrella.
fight.
Ya bukti kalau lu tuh
The latest player, the one who needs to try to get it done,
unlucky,
can't
man.
make it happen. He ends
10-2
up
oke lah.
And that is going
Untuk
to be
half run 10-2 udah termasuk oke lah ya guys ya. Nggak jelek-jelek amat. Kecuali kalau kena kabel dari 10-2 sih menurut gue sih ada yang salah sih.
on a very different map.
FFroody itu teh botol guys.
Very, very different. But I mean, you see these
Lu
comebacks on
kapan
this
main
map
bang?
all
Gak
the time.
bakal.
To be honest, I mean,
Ya,
if you
kecuali
really
gua
get a
tiba-tiba
groove like
jago
we
ya
just saw
mungkin gue
going on
mainnya.
your defender side, you definitely can run it right back, send it into an overtime. No strangers to those. Are any region.
Bentar, sekarang jam berapa?
Definitely used to be, right?
Ini udah 10.30, berarti ini kelar jam 12.
But I'm not so sure right now. I think RRQ is a very different beast, a very different animal on this
Split
map.
itu attack sided atau defense sided? Defense sided sebenarnya.
Do to rally the team as they were beat at almost every twist and turn, and even in that final round when they got the win, it was still scrappy.
Yang lolos ke Madrid berapa tim?
I mean,
Lah Ima, sabar. Ini kalau menang langsung ke Madrid kagak kan? Madrid itu champion bukan? Yang buat lu gak dilirik tim buat main apa Ford? Karena gue emang dikenal sebagai content creator. Gue bukan dikenal sebagai orang yang jago, bener-bener definisi jago. Gue cuma mungkin diakui gameplay gue itu unik, bukan dalam kutip jago. Fruit bilang yuk, lu kapan kesini? Ayo. Yuk kalau kesini ayo sikat kita biliar. Kita sewa, tapi depends sih lu mau main di mana. Jakarta bisa.
I mean, he's just been a beast.
Peringkat 1-2 dapat tiket Madrid. Oh man, gue pengen ke Madrid cuy. Coach Arki itu orang Afrika mana gitu gue lupa. South Africa. Lo di mana? Gue di BS nih.
They try to go for the push, slowed up momentarily by the well.
Okay, Jemkin on that entry.
Oh, Jemkin. Ayo dong, bisa dong. Oh no, oh no.
Can't make it happen. But he's done so much work here for the team.
Udah habis semua tiba-tiba.
Last one standing, almost takes out Lakia, puts him down to 5 HP.
Ya udah gampang, kabarin gue aja. Anytime bro, gue free. Sama Kitsu. Tuh 10-3. 10-3, 10-4. Nah, nanti pas 10-4 ini, Arki mau gak mau harus wajib menang. Kalau nggak bakal dikejar. Jadi at least minimal dibikin 11-4, 12-4, baru 13-4 atau ke 13-6. penentuan ada di setelah mereka punya bonus round lewat. Ini mungkin agak sedikit sulit buat Arki di bonus round ini ya. Ikora maksudnya. Kalau mereka menang Ikora udah pasti menang.
Okay, well, hearing that forward push coming in, that's a lot of damage down to the Jemkin. Flip's not going to be catching any of that one, but Meteor back in mid will be able to find Elwing more. The jump shots coming through. Look at the try to pressure him out, but Munchkin from above up on the Raptors able to find the kill. Shot from Jemkin will
Ini Jemkin gila semua.
Meteor taken down, which gives him a Marshall.
Ini Jemkin ya, sebenarnya punya potensi yang benar-benar besar banget Jemkin. Dia bisa menjadi monster cuy. Mungkin bisa dibilang semonster kayak something. Ini orang jago banget pak.
Unless they run this back, I don't know if anyone's going to be split against them, but
that's true. And remember that ace he had with the Marshall on Breeze.
Yeah,
he just pushed and just kept killing. So you know what? If anybody in the world is allowed to do it, it's him.
And Aspas.
Arki gak bisa nge-push cuma nahan doang, susah sih.
There's many, yes. There's many who it's allowed.
Karena situasi yang ngenentuin.
Well, Texture now looking to put an end to this round. Swing out. He is going to get clipped by that Marshall.
30 seconds left.
There's the team.
Texture gila.
Finished off as he just tries to grab that orb, and just the spray through. He'll be rewarded with the kill. Straight up, once again, last man standing. See if we can find anything.
Bro is real crazy yang Texture ini. Tadi 37 kill. Tadi 27 kill lah. 32 ya.
The way of Gen G here. Now you saw, you know, that bonus get picked up from RRQ back over on Icebox. Gen G replicate.
Kalau Arki ini ketemu sama Sentinel sama John QT. Semenjak ada John QT, Sentinel menang loh. Sama Marv. Sama Zekan.
In the back of your head as RRQ that, oh boy, maybe neither team just really has an attacker
Bring
side
back
set up
dia lagi di atas
for each
istirahat
other.
guys.
Texture,
he's very animated today.
He is very animated.
Bisa dong ya, ini ronde penentuan. Ini list Arki jangan fucked up. Arki fucked up sumpah ini bisa dikejar soalnya. Arki fucked up 10-5, mereka harus ikut jadi 10-6, terus baru lawan lagi 10-7. Long time no see bro, yo what's up Nata, welcome back. Too much swear man. Split emang map defender kah? Emang defender sih sebenarnya. Kenapa kepala gue benjol dah?
Yeah, and considering it's rather late here in Seoul, South Korea as well.
Lemon gak main.
That's true.
Lemon gak main, just Lingers main tuh.
Are going to bed until like 3 or 4 hours.
Hey Rifai, thank you for the member bro. 11 months, that's crazy. Cuman tes lebih cocok Fox apa gimana? Ya tahu gue. Cuma satu. Oh no, kecil lagi. Low ya. Jemkin low. Jemkin di heal.
It's just going to be the dry peaks coming in. He'll get finished off. Meteor good for the shot. Pop flash up over the top of the screen. Sparrow on the side. The spray through. Both of them so very low. Meteor goes for the hip fire. Finds one. Once again, it's all on
no, mereka fucked up the round. Aduh guys, ini 10-7 nih.
And Gen G do in fact convert the bonus.
I think we need Kitsune guys.
Neither team seems to really be able to break the other's defenses. I mean, this is so well read here by Lakia. Able to then just readjust back behind the pillar to kind of set up this double angle with Meteor, and both of them playing it so well.
I get it now.
Bukan hard push, mereka harus play slow. I think yang bikin mereka kalah itu terlalu komit di one sided gitu. Padahal mereka bisa main default dulu tadi. But I don't know, itu kan planningan mereka ya. Kita nggak bisa ngejudge juga. Kita sebagai penonton juga cuma bisa nonton doang.
Still a very comfortable lead, but as we get
ready to go into as possible. Kitsu lagi istirahat guys. Nggak cuma Lucky itu aja. Ya itu juga hitungnya Lucky sih, kayak tadi Lucky ya through the smoke kena si ini secara random. Arki hilang momentum atau gimana Frod? Lebih ke defender side tadi. Jujur aja ini game defender side cuma.
Now it's starting to get away from them.
This game is really defender-sided parah.
And that map was the only one that they were able to take away from Gen G last season.
Yeah, for sure.
But now, well, from Marshall to Operator, Pain could very well continue here. This time being dished out by Gen G.
And now it's going to be RRQ who's going to be sitting on that back foot economically.
They're forcing up.
Yeah, they are.
Flip's just walking his way forward. Guiding light.
Nice little micro adjustment here from Meteor off that light contact, knowing that somebody could be close. He's going to be fully committing to backing off. Munchkin. Oh my word, Munchkin.
Itu yang maksud itu juga yang dimaksud sama juga hoki yang mereka tuh ketemu rusak bangsat. Lu mau berapa kali tuh udah semua kenakin orang terus gitu.
The dash. One's over to the left. And in the meantime,
Itu yang belum juga tekstur lagi. Ah gila man. Man, this is disaster.
Holding down mid, now stranding the spike. Spots Australia as well. 3 kills suddenly just Flipshider. This force up. Doesn't get them much of anything. They'll avoid the flaws
through
of
the
that final
smoke
kill
cuy.
coming across,
2-2 Madrid nonton El Clasico.
5 consecutive rounds across the halves.
Ini ya. Ini kan udah viral nih. Ini kalau ARK kalah, kemungkinan Genji menang besar banget. Apalagi mereka dapat momentum. Momentum tuh nggak bisa macam-macam. Makanya dari samping kalau timeout ARK harus panggil timeout. All the timeout bro.
To affect them, and in some cases just
no
like you were saying, outreading their opponents. I mean, how many kills have we seen through smokes that didn't really have a lot of information?
Not spotting anything, and Jemkin going to be taken down. Had the showstopper available. One of those big entry tools. Now, Meteor again.
Bro, they fucked up again.
Flipshider able to find the kill. He's looking for the flick there. Flipshider will do
it. No way. Man, kenapa? Ada apa dengan? Tapi sama aja sih ke mid juga di through the smoke. Di A juga di A juga kena OP. Nanti ke B juga kena culik. Jadi mereka tuh sekarang lagi di tahap dimana kalah momentum aja guys. Demi apapun juga kalah momentum, bukan udah kosong pikiran, kagak, emang kalah momentum, kalah parah. Percaya gak percaya guys ya, momentum tuh sepengaruh tuh. Kalau di dalam NBA kita bilang in the zone. Kalau kalian main game 2K NBA ya, itu lantainya udah berapi-rapi lingkarannya. Itu sama, mereka tuh sekarang lagi in the zone. Ya mau gimana pun timingnya, mereka tuh kayak bisa aja kayak ada naluri yang untuk panggil mereka tuh kayak tembak through the smoke gitu. Butuh time out gitu, tapi gue juga nggak tahu apa mereka kehabisan time out gitu, kagak kan?
This is going great. This push though, now we're talking about that position earlier. Texture is going to be the one up there. He gets set up.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Tries to pull the showstopper.
Di kepala dong, di tengah udara loh.
Flipshider able to find one though, trading out for the enemy raise. Finds Texture, lock it, finding one.
Oh, nice one.
Snappy for the first.
3v2.
Quite adjust that vertical adjustment. Always so difficult as Lakia trying to send the pop flash. Spot him out.
Gila Lakia man. This guy is crazy bro.
Trying to play for the win. Gets the tag.
Oh no man. Ini satu tim momentum. Laki makin tampan aja. Hey, thank you sir. Nah man, ini gue lebih tepat awal salah potong ini.
Lakia stood up and gave him a little
thanks man.
And it's a drop down.
Man, Laki kena momentum. Texture apalagi. Meteor juga sama aja. Apa yang mereka kurang?
Oh my god. I had forgotten about that.
Ada kurang kehidupan nih, no life anjing. It's crazy bro.
And he dropped down off a ledge.
Munchkin juga sama tadi. Oh nggak, kita butuh apa? Kitsune guys. Hey. Oh no, Kitsune hilang guys.
Goes rushing forward into mid. Take a bit of damage here though. Lakia maybe getting a bit overzealous.
Kayaknya aku rasa timeoutnya udah dipakai habis deh. Gua nggak tahu ya.
Towards heaven alongside Texture.
This round feels like it is a must-win for RQ with so many of these ults in their hand.
Oh yeah, I mean if they don't, they either have to Thrifty or it's going to be tied up at 10-10.
Lakia wallbang kena nggak? Kena Astrena cok.
Starts getting spammed through the box. Jemkin trying to hold that angle, maybe catch Munchkin swinging out. Just managed to back away.
Oh no, please
Kind
Arki.
of hoping Munchkin might pit.
Give this team miracle, bro. No man, Karon.
Reads here from Karen.
Setak bahasa anak setak. Maksudnya setak kali.
Munchkin dropping the pit over here on the A side. He wants to flush up right over into this thing. He puts down so much damage. Jemkin on one HP, but FFroody there with the rescue.
Oh no!
Two quick pumps with the judge up over the top. Tries to find a third. Can't make it happen, but Texture. He'll clean up the last 2 kills. The onslaught continues, and Gen G, they cannot be stopped.
Baby girl.
What phenomenal
We're losing
there from Munchkin. What reactive play. Those Seekers come around.
Yes.
He knows he's screwed. He
From
just holds
10
down
to
the
B.
trigger and says, if you guys push this in, I'm going to at least do damage. He's able to even fall back, get down to the ground, soften them up for Meteor, and that gives him 2 easy kills. They're easy because they're already so weak, even at that range with the judge.
Pusing
no
goreng.
problem. Meteor
Pusing.
almost finds the
Gua
third.
apa lagi, man?
Just fantastic individual effort there from Munchkin to set that up.
Hero rifle here for RRQ.
And look at this, the Outlaw, because they know that it has to be
FFRQ, what do you mean by FF, man? No.
Painting a picture around him right now.
Oh,
Looks like he
listen.
finds the perfect timing. Now Showstopper is going to come through. Texture jumping forward, looking for him. That's just going to be Jemkin dead to rights.
You fuck the Texture, bro. Fuck you, man.
Neural Depth can be invested. Trying to stabilize that aim. Can't quite make it happen. Flipshider going to find himself a third. As well as a monstrous man advantage here.
Ini nggak mungkin
For the
kalah.
side of RRQ. The flank around from Estrella completely unread. Takes him down, and now it's all the play for here.
Not nice. Kok nice.
Everything to do
Not nice.
to stop RRQ from getting up to 11.
Tapi udah pasti menang sih. Nggak mungkin kalah.
Massive for Gen G so far, but it could very well come to an end right here. Cash aplenty. No real reason to not play for it, especially given that Elmimore and Estrella far away from having those ults. But there you go. A thrifty of their own for RRQ to finally shut down what was an 8-round win streak.
Udah momentum udah mulai pecah nih.
Massive stuff here for
Intens banget, gue sampai panas dingin bangsat.
Back on track
Mati
and
langsung.
Flips gets it started.
Gue rela menonton
Find a
keringatan.
couple big kills. Texture gets the showstopper, but Estrella there on the lurk. Flips ready and waiting. Taking Meteor down, so really nicely handled. A little bit of a pacier hit. Meteor back into that operator now. Karen has a Cosmic Divide once again. He's been phenomenal here on this defender side, just reading the movements and the timings.
Okay, well. Cage sent. Heard the push up onto this one, so see Elmimore drifting very far back. Trailblazer not spotting anything, which could lead them to believe that he's going to be in sewer. And there's the peek out. There's the shutdown.
Meteor.
For the first blood here for the team.
Gue rasa Arki kalah sih. Chance kalahnya ada, sumpah. Demi apapun, chance kalahnya ada. Masalahnya ini aja udah keculik 1 gitu. Sentinel pula, Elmimore. Jadi mereka bisa flank leluasa sekarang.
Maybe it backed away in time to avoid being spotted, but Jemkin sending that boom bot over towards stairs. Karon now going to be noted, but Texture pushing forward, managing to find one. That blast pack offsetting Xfero allows him to get the kill.
Munchkin lagi.
Quickly shutting down the push out from Flipshider. No HP to work with. Estrella will be the last one to fall.
11-10, 11-10, 10-10.
And this round, it's really good communication.
Ini kalau kalah langsung pulang kak? Enggak ke lower bracket. Habis lower bracket baru lower bracket tanding lagi. Kalau kalah lagi baru kalah, baru pulang.
Be ready, Karon right on spot with his star, right where it needs to be, and a good attempt. Gravity well in there. The blast pack offsetting the aim, brilliantly worked by Texture, and then Munchkin got that first snappy kill, started feeling it, couldn't quite find it, eventually able to stabilize the aim. He gives a little bit of a sigh, a little bit of tilt to that there after he got that final kill.
Dari 10-2 tadi.
Sooner. RRQ.
Aduh gimana nih Fruity ya, gue harus nanya karena kalian aduh gimana nih guys. Harusnya gue nanya kalian nih guys, gimana nih guys.
It would seem that way.
Finger cross.
Both timeouts in the first half, both from RRQ in the second.
Oli Genji, wah parah ini.
To get themselves at least up to that map point where that potential overtime could come into play. Eluded us in the first map. But that's what this timeout is all about.
Minimal secure 12 ya. Kalau 12 ke secure, mereka masih bisa maksa kena OT kalau misalnya kena kejar gitu.
Cheers coming out. Players trying to rally back as the fans as well getting involved. And shout outs to all of them for sticking around as late as long as it has been, as well as all of you who've been tuned in since the very beginning of the day.
And all the co-streamers who had to find ways to entertain their fans. Well done. Tip of the cap. All right, well.
Gak tau kenapa gue ngerasa si Arki lagi sedikit lost nih. Ini pasti kan wallbang nih. Pasti kan wallbang.
Snake bite in, Nate as well. Emmy Moore going to be able to find one, but Texture takes him down. The swing around. Meteor trying to get an angle, finds it. Jemkin taken down. Somehow, Estrella not able to find the punish, not able to find the kill. Meteor dashing back.
Oh no, man, Jesus Christ. Astaga naga, Meteor. Oh no.
How does he do it? Time and time again. Should have been dead to rights, but somehow he just slips away.
Oh gila gak? Itu baru definisi gila
That's all
bangsat.
that is. Just dodging everything that he knows could be coming, expecting the swing around the corner at elbow after this first shot. He might even caught a glimpse of a pixel there from Estrella.
Itu si Estrella whiff.
Is ready for
Ini gila, ini tembakan kencang banget ya, reaction tengah. Terus di-thread lagi sama Manskin.
The snake bite. Just nuts. Absolutely nuts. And now he's going to the judge with the Blade Storm.
I mean, and that's the critical round right there. Okay,
Sfera
Xfero will
dapat
be able to
Texture.
find one. The push out from Texture over at Garage manages to find the kill. Cam set up as well, and more trying to dissuade them from pushing
Kalah momentum doang sampai segini ya, Sok. Tapi unlucky sih, unlucky banget ya.
Push up Jemkin.
Nice one, Jemkin.
Quick to respond, quick to readjust, finds Meteor, keeps RQ with an advantage.
All that contact on the other side of the map, I think, gave Meteor a little bit of false confidence that he could push. And he paid the price. Jemkin had snuck up there underneath his nose.
Uji mana? Uji masih di Arki kan? Tapi kalau kata gue ya, dia masih lebih bagus 2G daripada Estrella, cuma gak tahu ya. Dari so far gue liat. Role sama kan? Sama 2G.
Stay alive, stay healthy. Plant now coming down. As the rest of Gen G getting corralled up over here towards screens. Cosmic Divide now invested to try to go for the retake. That's going to be a solid start. Lock in pushing forward. Find Jemkin.
Tapi yang di game ini El Nemo belum parah sih. Ya Estrella, let's go. Soalnya Kauron bro. Kauron cannot do shit man.
Doesn't read it though. Estrella striking.
Oh.
Now RRQ.
Man, Doxai.
12 to 11. Can they close it out? Or does Gen G give us a second overtime here today?
I mean, that's a nail biter. That Cosmic Divide, not very deep. Gen G's still able to get a few kills, giving themselves an opportunity, but Meteor there getting caught is painful after that tremendous round he had previously. Xfero lining him up and at least getting one.
Ya satu lagi. Apa? Map 3, let's go. Satu lagi.
Bit different.
Let's go.
Showstopper for Jemkin. He's gotten up and towards A heaven, but Meteor's waiting here. Boombot.
Duh, ini pasti keculik nih. Gue kata apa Pevin keculik ini.
They're wanting to see this up.
It was a pretty shallow
Keculik
jiggle.
nih,
It's not
keculik
going
nih.
wide enough to actually
Masih
spot
kenapa gue
this.
Pevin nggak ada aja keculik gitu.
Force them back. Showstopper up over the top. Texture finds Jemkin. Estrella taken down by Lakia. Counterpart Sky eliminated there, and now it's a 3v5.
Bisa. 3v5 bukan sesuatu hal impossible. Ya, bisa.
Gen G will be pushing us into overtime, elongating this series.
Gen G fully committed to that A hit. Now they have to shift back over.
I mean, they're so
Gue yakin nih, kenapa Meteor bisa jago? Kalian tahu gak kenapa?
We wait for the plant, and then we get ready to
Efek
strike.
makan
Allow for the rest of the
Indomie
team to come back over, go for that full 5-pronged approach.
Oh ya, Ovi bisa ada momen. Atau kayak Xfera momen.
He's gonna have to take his time coming through mid. They have no information in that part of the map.
Gue mulai hari ini gue sering makan Indomie.
Figure it out and have plenty of time to make this hit work.
Sphero going to be the only one playing here within the site.
Bukannya kayak gitu kelihatannya.
Snake bite, poison orb is set up. So go for the concuss. Now Elmi Moore gonna go on a bit of a walkabout around, try to get this flank through. Full flash coming across. Xferro not gonna be able to find anything. The first bite gonna be let loose. Time ticking away. They have to be able to get onto this one. Can't wall bang that one, but it doesn't matter. Elmi Moore able to find the kill and abuse. Being held, but there it is. RRQ. Replicate the scoreline from map number 1. This time they get the win. 13-11, ladies and gentlemen. This evening does not end here. RRQ continue to seek their revenge.
Untung Elmi Moore sempat tembak. Tahu gak kenapa Elmi Moore nembak? Supaya ngedistraksi ini. Mampus lu pada yang dukung Genji nih. Sit down, man. Tapi sumpah jantung, tolonglah. Jantung kita semua di sini nggak sehat, cok. Nggak dimainin juga sampai 10-2 sampai hampir mendekati gitu, cuy.
I was gonna say
yang kena iklan sih apa sih ya? Ayo bisa satu map lagi, bisa. Gue yakin. Ini Arki tadi map pertama pemanasan, map kedua baru panas. Map ketiga panas banget. Bisa guys. Gua rest dulu Fred, besok gue flag lagi soalnya. Alright, lu hati-hati. Saya flag brother. Lu mau kemana? Lu mau kemana? Mau flag lagi?
Aside from I've always had hope
that thank you. Komas sudah mau donate 2 juta. Thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate it, man. Singapore, sih. Ya wes. Saya Komas, have a good trip ya. Have fun di luar di Singapura. I will see you again, man.
I mean, so many rounds, right? Especially on the second half, we were all saying.
Masalahnya cuman konsistensi. Sebenarnya benar, cuman konsistensi doang. Aurelius Miller, thank you for the member, man. Ketika iklan jantungku berhenti berdetak. Makanya premium. Padahal gue iklan udah gue turunin lah. Gue gak tekan iklan lagi. Bang aku beli pulsar X2, good choice. Pilihan bagus. X2 sebenarnya masih yang salah satu yang boleh gue rekomen. Kedua Lamzu Atlantis V2 Premium nih bos, senggol bos, anjay premium bos. Lihat tinggal gue guys. Enggak premium bos, senggol bos. Enggak apa-apa enggak premium. Yang penting verified. Nah just kidding guys, gue harus premium sumpah. Gue kalau nggak premium tuh, aduh iklannya nyebelin banget sumpah. Keyboard gue sekarang Ranger Black Widow kalau saya Fitri. Pakai adblock nih bos. Adblock mah jangan. Nggak bisa nih. Wah.
Big things at least for RQ because in the first half you can really see they had that game plan. Not a lot of like individual crazy performances, not like what Meteor did, but
soal leveling parah banget. Kenapa? Tapi nggak pernah live cuaks ya anjing kan gue baru balik ya. Kan gue udah mulai hari ini, gue sudah bakal mulai sering streaming guys ya. Jadi kalian tenang aja, gue bakal temenin kalian. Kita bakal main game apapun. Mostly bakal main Valorant, tapi gue bakal main game lain ketika gue lagi pengen main game lain. Meteor, Xferro MVP.
Sunset, which we are actually very excited to see. Again, we didn't see any of these maps yet. We didn't see them in the previous match, and we definitely want to see how these two play it out on Sunset moving forward. Now, there are a lot of mistakes.
Kreatornya overpower banget. Iya cok. Karena gara-gara dia ke reinkarnasi waktu dia lawan si Dewa itu, dia tuh dikasih kayak fitur bisa ngeliat level dan dia gak dikasih batasan untuk max next level. Jadi Sujinwo itu OP-nya dia bisa naik level terus. Orang nggak bisa lihat level dia level mana, dia cuma dia diri sendiri bisa lihat dia level berapa dan bisa kasih stat gitu. Nanti anaknya lebih OP harusnya si Sung Suho. Dia ada sistem cuy. Curah itu sama kayak lu nonton SAO cuy. Kirito punya sistem OP banget anjing. Apa bedanya sama suara online cuy? Bang ada mabar sama video tadi gue mabar sama video dari siang. Ya guys.
But I mean, apart from all these little things about like assumptions or whatnot, I do think at the very least both sides they had several times.
Jangan spoiler way. Itu gak spoiler, itu lebih ke chapter tambahan. Itu kayak bahkan itu sebenarnya nggak eksis, tapi itu cuma alternatif cerita ya, dimana kalau Sujinwo sama si cewek itu gue lupa namanya punya anak namanya Sun Suho. Suho ya gue lupa namanya. Gue udah baca, gue 2 hari tamat baca. Tahu kenapa baca? Gara-gara anime anjing itu. Gue nonton nih, gue digantungin terus, tau gak sih kayak kalian tuh udah I'm coming gitu, tiba-tiba nggak jadi gara-gara episode-nya digantungkan. Kan di aging gitu gak enak kan. Gue langsung malam itu gak tidur dari jam kan kita hari Minggu jam 11 bener kan episode baru keluar. Gue bahasa dari jam 11 sampai jam 6. Istirahat bentar, tidur bentar, siangnya bangun, baca lagi. Jelek tapi ending soal leveling yang balik waktu kan. Sebenarnya kalau ngomong jelek, lebih ke kita lebih gak terima aja sebenarnya. Kita lebih ke gak terima aja kalau waktu dia balik ke asal lagi. Tapi dia jadi dari Shadow Monarch jadi Dragon Monarch dia. Jadi sama aja, cuman dia lebih ke anggapan kayak dia udah jago, dia new game, dia apa namanya? Apa sih bahasa lainnya kalau kita udah ngerti cara main game terus kita main dari awal sengaja biar cepat gitu. Speedrun ya.
Yes, and also I know some fans are looking at that scoreboard earlier of map 2 on splits, and even though
lu speedrun dari awal cok.
Oh well, after a great performance on Icebox, Jemkin went 15 and 22.
Kalau udah baca manhwanya terus nonton anime jadi gak wah lagi. Tetap wah sih. Kan kita baca kan gak ada gerak. Ketika kita nonton anime kayak dengar suara yang biasa kita bayang kayak ada yang suaranya cempreng, ada suara berat. Ini sesuai dengan ekspektasi gue sih, suara Sujinwo itu suaranya kayak berat seksi kayak. Berat banget gitu, cocok. Makanya kayak yang bikin gue kagum tuh apa yang gue selama ini bayang-bayang ternyata benar terjadi dan animasinya bersih banget. Tetap wah bener ada efek-efeknya, makanya di manhwa tuh gak ada. Jadi kayak di manhwa kan kita kan main imajinasi kita sama suara-suara gitu cing-cing ya, di anime tuh udah dianimasin gitu. Tapi kenapa gitu 1 minggu 1 episode, kenapa enggak 1 minggu 3 episode gitu biar gak ngantung. Lagi bahas soal leveling, kalau kalian nonton, kalau kalian gabut di sini nih, gue tau mungkin di sini nggak semua penggemar anime ataupun manhwa itu kayak komiknya Korea. Tapi ada satu komik yang gue rekomend banget buat kalian baca. Itu bukan tentang romance, itu lebih ke tentang action, survival dan lain-lain. Namanya Solo Leveling. Ada versi Indonesianya, ada versi Inggrisnya, ada versi Koreanya. Maksudnya dia punya subtitle. Bukan anime lagi lanjut sekarang, cuma yang anime masih jauh banget. Jadi gue saran baca manhwa dulu baru nonton animenya. Bagus banget. Percaya gue nggak nyesel. Kalian sekali baca, kalian nggak bakal stop baca. Momentum bakal berjalan terus. Mau meninggal nih matanya anjing. Cuman aneh gue tunggu tamat baru nonton. This comic versi gue asli. Yes.
That's the thing. So I think momentum on either side. Although RQ won the last few rounds on split, Genji might be feeling a little bit hot coming from that as well. So
look at this party pooper.
Okay, Arthur, calm down.
Terus manhwa kedua mungkin gue bisa bilang Stepmother. Yang Daiho. Itu lucu sih anjing.
And that is no small ordeal. That might be getting ahead of myself. How do you think that's going to play out? Does Genji or RQ, are they going to stand a strong chance to beat Paper X?
Pas step mom kalau salah itu.
Who are we going to see in the lower bracket. Are these two teams going to face again, or is it going to be a
Gue masih ingat lagi.
My predictions were that if RQ wins,
Kalau nggak salah anjing itu judulnya aja itu goblok aja.
Show Sunset, if you're showing this full best of 3, Paper X is a real winner here, able to identify all that.
Motor bang nggak nge-weave terus bang. Oh, Secret Diary, iya. Alah, Secret Class, iya. Secret Class, panutan para laki-laki. Daiho anjing goblok anjing. Ya salah. Secret Class, my bad. Gue udah gak baca, gue udah tobat guys.
You don't have flashes. You're gonna have to be really careful with how you execute, and that's what I want to see from RQ.
Gue gak ngerti aja, gue gak ngerti sama autornya aja bisa kepikir gitu. Dia kayak dari dulu, gue yakin ya, autornya tuh dari dulu udah punya fantasi begitu, atau enggak mungkin udah pernah kejadian di hidupnya. Udah kita lanjut ke Valorant lagi.
As we go into map 3 of what is now our final series here of the evening. See who is going to be walking away with that win and who's going to be falling down to the lower bracket. Because this is the first meeting
Let's go, Arki.
teams, but given that Paper X is the other team in the group, they could be meeting again. You never know.
Yeah.
Gue keyboard Razer Black Widow V3 mini sama
My
Lambu.
memory is correct and my brain isn't oversleepy. I don't think either team's played Sunset yet. I mean, RQ certainly hasn't.
We haven't seen anything from RQ on this one, and I don't believe that we saw it from Gen G at Convergence either, so it's going to be a bit of a first look here for them, and obviously some very different things going on here with that fade. Meteor tries to line, able to come up with one, but Helmy more with a nice pivot, finds himself on the kill.
Good trade. Good shit, man. Helmy more dinyala nih.
3 on the side of Gen G, as the spike gets wrapped around.
Cuma kalau nonton tanpa buka AC tuh enak, intens ya.
Quiet, waiting for Cameron to get a little bit closer.
2 vs 3 bisa lah. Masa nggak bisa sih? Kalau nggak bisa sih parah sumpah.
Where's the smoke gonna go? And now you have to deal with this as well.
Paranoia comes out. The damage gonna be found there.
Nice.
Elmore will be able to finish off Munchkin. Can he get that fourth?
Nice.
It's gonna be no. Estrella takes it away. 2 members left standing here for the side of RQ is once
Udah
again.
serah lah. Tadi lu senyum terus tiba-tiba nge-weave. Ayo bisa, ya bisa fokus all in the zone.
A good hit. And Elmy Moore is
In RQ we believe. Kita yakin Genji udah tilted. Fuck Genji man. You lucky man. You lucky bro.
Upgrading to a Bulldog. A few others in there. Guardian for flips.
You lucky man. Perkara ada tekstur gila sih meter sama tekstur.
The lone duelist back on the raise. Wasn't able to find as much impact.
Menang dong gila lu macam-macam sama RQ lo.
Shifting into the Cypher role. Be spotted there by Elmy Moore.
Can't quite see the camera.
That ain't it. There. Close.
It doesn't. I think he now has it, or it was reclaimed. Either way, not in play. Jump kid. Around Prowler. Over. Shop door was shut. Now going to be broken down. Given Gen G's affinity for these, thrifty rounds in the game so far, don't blame RQ for taking their time with this one. There's Texture drifting back. Puts himself behind the box, waiting to see if he can find the headshot. No, he does.
Gua baru aja hina Texture terus tiba-tiba marah. Emang nih muka-muka.
Now just FFrody's walls remain. Texture shifting over towards Alley. Has to clear out the boombot, however, so pulls away from the angle. Doesn't find any further kills yet. Shells getting sent. Helmy Moore
panas nih. Nice one Jemkin. Oh no.
Shot for finishing off Jemkin, who will fall to Munchkin's hand.
Nice.
Then get flushed out.
Style bisa nih.
Munchkin trying to play through this one as the safe point goes in towards backside.
No.
Munchkin with the classic finds one plant committed to by FFroody. The push forward, can he transfer? Yes, he can.
Cuma itu mahal, tapi gimana itu runway mahal cuma yaudahlah. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just a phenomenal
dub is still a dub, you know.
Just buying time. Initial crosshair placement, really good. Catching RQ just enough off guard. Some good util.
Agak mahal cuma gak apa, menang tetap menang.
Up some members of RQ as well to get those classics a little bit of value. And a chance there for Munchkin at the end. But tough with the classic. And we are
Lu nggak ikutan bang, lu pada nggak bosan ya gue hal yang sama mulu ya. Gue nggak bakal main di level ini cuy.
Oh, Texture. Hello. Texture is really having a good start now.
Oh no, deteksi Gimkin kena surak lagi. Tapi nggak apa sih, bonus run. Kalau justru Arki bisa dapat 3 kosan lebih bagus lagi.
So far, RQ have been able to convert every
Ini Almimor serve-nya serem banget asli.
Almimor is also very good with the sheriff.
Oh yeah. That has been a known quantity for quite some time. Prowler going out, Texture. Oh, pushing up here along the wall is Texture. Comes up with 3 more kills.
Stop lah Texture, stop lu gak capek aja, lu gak capek apa bosan gitu. Stop jago bangsat. Yang mana Texture? Ini Texture. Atau itu BTR?
Little stutter step he does on the back of this cascade.
Oh, teksturnya mukanya mirip Kocul. Terus Meteor yang agak tua. Tapi adik namanya Tenten. Laki yang masih muda banget mukanya.
The 180 to mow 2 more down. Yeah, no wonder Lakia's eyes went wide.
There was a split second, I believe, at the end of Texture's player cam where he just was like... Obviously, the audience can't see what face I made, but hey, you can always rewind it, screen grab it, because it was damn hilarious.
It was good.
Well, now, Genji getting a bonus. It's not as strong of a start here that we've been seeing from RRQ. Still in the driver's seat as they have the full buy coming through. Reckoning also available here for FFroody. This is basically lone anchoring A. Not too far off his meteor though. On that peak, he will get spotted. Blinded up there by the Prowler. And just a couple shots into the back.
Mereka masih pada di B sih. Tapi Cypher main di A. Sulit nih. Cypher tuh kayak bagaikan ada 2 orang cok. Karena kalau lu kena kabel juga susah tuh. Oh, langsung jengkel. Ngapa guter-guter.
Toggling back into the cam, finding the tag. On that. Cyber Cage here. Wants to push up, trying to intercept. Renzi hears that spike plant coming through. Showstopper out. Shutter not ready for the angle. Ends up falling, but Texture now.
3v1 ya, kayak Texture, okay? Please. Do not make mistake. This guy is crazy. Ungkolongko. Oh my god. Okay.
Ellie Moore taken down. The plant now coming through. Looks like he thought maybe they'd fake their way back over towards the B side. The paint shells don't go high enough to get over the wall.
Tuh ini Texture makan apa sih sebenarnya?
Straight low at 59 HP. Certainly is workable for him. With the haunt. Pushes the wall. Slowly creeping up. They're playing together though. Can he get them both? Spots the gun barrel. 1. Texture. Is it back to back? 4Ks. Yes, it is! Back on the duelist, back at the top. Texture absolutely dominating.
Munchkin just had to take a step away from the computer there. He couldn't believe what he saw.
Gue udah ketebak banget anjing hasil gimana.
I mean, the showstopper to kick things off.
Gue udah tahu banget anjing, gue udah kayak ketebak kayak ini pasti menang anjing si Texture gila.
That smoke against RRQ. This guy is
Kenapa di-pick dah? Bukan di-pick, itu justru nggak di-pick. Itu justru yang nge-pick si Texture. Lagi dapat. Mereka udah tunggu diffuse tapi dimajuin. Kalau tadi dia gak majuin, dimajuin nanti sama si Texturnya, jadi sama aja. Mereka berdua udah main post play, tapi emang si Texturnya gila aja sebenarnya.
Yeah, I don't think that is a fight that you really want to take. Paranoia will get sent through though. The push on the back end isn't found. Texture just spraying away, trying to find something. Push into the smoke. They're finding one, but as he launches his way back into mid, he's completely and utterly surrounded. Flips. It's very swiftly dealt with. FFroody saying, well, guys, I'm just going to get us a little bit of extra cash. Does get the spike planted. Spots the cam. Paint shells. Sends him back out in towards the open. Finds a great headshot right as the bounce is getting ready to come through, but don't get too much other than that. Genji now taking the lead as they string 3 rounds together.
Yeah, Genji really reads this nicely. This crunch they set up towards mid.
Sekarang player yang jadi sorotan siapa bang? Karena gua main Valorant zaman sekarang jadi sorotan tuh Demon One, Zeken, terus siapa lagi guys? Gue lupa.
Jemkin was trying to start.
Already the timeout coming through.
Yeah.
Orang-orang EG sih sebenarnya, orang-orang mantan EG semua yang jadi sorotan. Kalau Cloten Oxy enggak, no, nggak ada jadi sorotan ya. Something ya. Kan sudah lama kita nggak hitung dia. Padahal waktu di Geng nggak terlalu gacor. Kenapa ada di sini jadi gacor? Gua tahu kenapa. Language barrier. Exter kan nggak bisa bahasa Inggris. Maksudnya kayak dia lebih mendalami bahasa Korea. Sedangkan dia balik ke bahasa Korea, dia nyaman. Dia bisa komunikasi dengan bahasanya sendiri. Terus dia bisa main dengan lepas. Karena antar komunikasi mereka jalan. Bener gak? Karena kadang language barrier itu bikin orang gak nyaman cuy.
So they're kind of feeling each other out. I was a little surprised I didn't see a Gecko on one side or another.
Kangkang, yeah, Kangkang.
I thought maybe you could combo that for RRQ. Get some of those plants down and that kind of thing. Jemkin with a showstopper, Texture with a showstopper, Neural Theft for Meteor, Seekers for Lakia. And not too far away from a pit is Munchkin.
Yep. Stuff to work with here.
Menurut kalau lu ada kesempatan buat jadi coach lu ambil gak itu? Gue mungkin bakal jadi coach konten creator aja, kayak ngajar orang kayak cara bikin konten gimana, lihat passion lu di mana sebenarnya, gue bisa arahin. Kalau coach main game, gue paling cuma bilang basic dong gitu, nggak sampai kayak bawa kalian ke pro player gitu. Karena di diri gue sendiri nggak sampai pro player gitu.
This is the showstopper going to be let loose. Munchkin still comes away with a kill. Elmore unable to find the kill early enough to prevent his teammate's death. And now Meteor
juga gila. Apa yang kurang gila dari Genji? Masih bingung kenapa Estrella masuk. Gua lagi lihat hasilnya dulu. Gua nggak bisa ngejudge dari dia masuk tim tier berapa. Gua mau lihat hasilnya di HCT gimana. Nanti kita lihat di VALORANT habis kelar. Karon bagus. Karon gue gak expecting sebagus itu.
Quite good. They don't find the diffuser. They realize this, but no, Lakia, he pulls off it anyway. The retap coming through. Pink's coming down. As this time Estrella will just push out to finish the job. Tied up now. 3-3.
Karon itu bener-bener dulunya main tim random yang kayak anggapan kayak misalkan lu bikin tim namanya Awan 9 misalnya. Terus tiba-tiba dia masuk ke Genji, performance dia bagus. Sebenarnya orang di dunia ini, maksudnya di Indonesia harus terapin cok. Gue bukannya mau menjelekin organisasi e-sport Indonesia, kagak. Gue bangga Indonesia punya organisasi e-sport, tapi kebanyakan orang dalam gitu. Mereka tuh ada namanya open trial. Atau kan nge-scouting dari turnamen tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 gitu. Sebenarnya mereka tuh deserve banyak. Jujur ya, astaga tekstur. Apa? Yes.
It is going to be a 3v3 as Flips manages to find Meteor. Still, another work cut out for them here. See, they're wary about potential wrap back over towards that big site.
Dia lagi mau pamer ke aku kalau dia bisa buka apel baru dengan pakai tangan dia dong. Nah, itu cuma sekali ya. Udah nanti ada muncrat. Anjay, sini tunjukin lu.
Barusan buka ini
pakai tangan. Oke lah, approve. I can eat apple. Oh, ini eat banana. Jago.
Ini awalnya apa gini?
Just disrespecting that reckoning.
Oke lah.
Finish the job. Knows he's got his opponent out in the open.
Aku dulu kalau nggak bisa, Bi.
Aku selalu kayak gitu. Mau bahkan durin aku pakai tangan.
Texture once again in that operator.
Be happy, man.
Yes, it's okay. I'm proud of you, man. Keren. Viewersku juga pada bilang 11-10, oke lah. 11 out of 10. It's good.
Tahu nggak ini berapa menit bikin ginian doang guys, dari gini di kayak TikTok gini. Tahu nggak berapa menit?
Berapa?
15 menit aku follow tutorial dan TikTok. Coba lagi bisa.
Gak mau basah, gak mau. My hand is dirty. Ada yang bilang 11 out of 100.
Trying to exit, takes a couple attacks on the
It's
way
okay,
out.
part of the baby.
Last packing out. Stinger still
Ini
manages
sekarang lagi intens ini. Karena kamu di sini, apakah kita dapat keberuntungan?
coming through. Meteor finding one straight.
Dana.
Spraying out of that cyber cage, does trade it back, does keep this into a 3v3.
Bukan main muscle mania.
Spike now planted.
Tapi gue buka dulu memang pakai tangan, guys.
Over low on HP.
Ya tapi nggak bisa dipungkiri kalau kita pakai pisau dikit baru pakai tangan, nggak sepenuhnya pakai pisau. Kayak belah dua dikit baru pakai tangan push. Kalau dulu pakai tangan mentah gua, tangan gua tembus ke biji ke duri-durinya.
Kills found. Flips to the TP. Does he try to reposition? It's one tag across. They're knocked down to 60. The spray in. He's gonna manage to hold this one to half.
Nice.
Does finally fall, but he gives a fighting chance here for Lakia. TP forward.
Astaga, no, harusnya efek TP aja.
Plays off the setup defuse.
No man.
Gen G barely scraping by with the round
win,
but they're keeping themselves out in the lead.
I mean, every round so close now. I mean, what a jump out from Jemkin, able to get one. Texture, nice little flick down. Right around the corner though, waiting behind that door was a member of RRQ. No contact on that flash. Here's the TP. Lakia, no problem at all there to finish the job.
I mean, he believed it. He was like, okay, I fully trust that you are TPing away from me and not going for a bait. Good read.
Oh no, guys. Salah TP itu, man.
I really want to see what Munchin's going to do with this pit. I feel like our Vipers have been making interesting decisions with their Vipers pits today. Let's put it that way.
Well, for now, he's just holding it. Maybe it's like a comfort blanket. Just hold on to that one. Lock in the meantime, though, able to find 2 quick kills. Xfero and Elmi Moore going to be taken down.
Apa yang bikin kalah ya? Itu dari tadi masih. Oke.
Coming up with 2, Jemkin with the third, suddenly into a 2v2.
Jemkin. Gue tahu Jemkin tuh emang sebagus itu sebenarnya.
I don't think it gets a connection on the 1. Okay, so Heron does get caught by that. Just going to be waiting this out. Seems like maybe.
Dikirim dua-duanya, buff.
Have to make that operator sing for texture.
Well, this could be
Kiri.
Jemkin not watching the angle. There you
Astaga, dia lupa kasih tau kalau.
Nice little tune as Strand tries to swing out, tries to take the fight.
Harusnya tadi gini. Harusnya Jemkin lihat kiri. Terus si Estrella lihat ke City. Jadinya nggak gitu open si Jemkin ya. Tapi gambling juga sih. But still, itu yang gue bilang kurang chemistry.
That RRQ had set up just waiting with open
Itu hal sepele cuy.
They lose 3, they get mowed down, and all of a sudden it's a much more difficult round. I think Gen G there.
Karena kalau misal lu suruh Estrella liatin dia punya apa namanya yang di sini, dia bakal bisa, kalau unlucky kita bilangnya, dia bakal overthinkingnya di MN apa di MN ada. Sedangkan Jemkin kalau di sini liatin sini dia masih bisa kelihatan yang di MN. Karena lu di sini posisinya lu bisa ada MN cross atau enggak gitu. Karena mereka udah kecapean sih, Obi sih. Ini udah kecapean sih. Udah jam, mereka tuh di sana udah jam 1.
Smoke here in mid, getting ready to expire. Texture off still in hand, managing to find a kill. Flip's going to be taken down now. Meteor pushing forward, finds the elimination, throws down that Nero theft. The reveal comes in. Jemkin able to get the punish there on a Meteor and stands his ground to take out Karen as well. Smacks away, but locking it out, identifying the spike location and Texture, taking down his counterpart Raze. Trailblazer.
Kasian cuy. Cuman gara-gara ini sebenarnya salah Riot sih. salah Riot, maksa mereka main sampai jam segini kan, man, come on. Mereka cuma manusia cuy, nggak bisa maksa mereka main robot seperti 24 dengan tenaga yang sama. Bahkan robot aja diterus-terusin juga bakal lama-kelamaan jadi EO gitu.
To get himself over to the site and can't have this plant come down, but how does he play this on the back end? The haunt is at the ready, the showstopper drawn out. That is just about going to be it. No, it doesn't go deep enough. He's trying to buy the time. Lakia, he's not believing in it, now swings in. And oh boy, Estrella nearly managed to get the weapon back out.
Di memang pram atau
So they're having a mighty fine chuckle about it. That round almost catastrophically got away from them.
Man, Tanspam sama Dimo Prem kayak masih menang di Dimo Prem.
Exactly what happened in that
Itu
round.
anak buat di
Very uncharacteristic of Texture to miss that first shot. The second one was just Estrella reading the situation well, knowing that that angle is going to be held, kind of playing with Texture a little bit, able to at least get into a position where he makes it a
Man,
contest.
Texture is crazy, bro. Come on.
Darn close.
They are, but they continuously
Gua aja udah
go the
ngantuk.
way of Gen G.
Apalagi ARK cok, kasian. Mereka pemanasan latihan dari pagi dan baru main jam sekarang. Gue sebagai streamer mata gue udah berat, apalagi mereka. Big respect bro. Tapi tetap aja mereka dibayar mahal. Harusnya ini bukan bisa, ini harusnya nggak menjadikan alasan.
Manages to just TP right into the showstopper so Jemkin gets maximum value.
Udah manskin lagi.
Of that CyberCage, however, Munchkin is able to find Elm more. The pings come down.
Main ARK kayak compact, kagak emang kalah timing
More
aja.
than enough to set up RQ for the round win.
Yeah, Munchkin's going to readjust. Going to try to come up through Link instead. But it seems to be all angles covered here for RRQ. Munchkin, man, you never know.
Gotta clear this one out first, though. And Estrella is here to back him up. The haunt over the top to push in.
Nice.
Nearly gets him, puts quite a bit of damage
Nice,
in.
Estrella.
Meteor falls.
Bullshit. Ya 75, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 70, 11, 13 aja GG langsung. Habis itu mereka ketemu PRX, ketemu lagi sama Genji. Nggak guys, gak percaya yang berat buat ARK mungkin ketemu PRX. Terus ketemu lagi di ini PRX itu kita nggak bisa dina ya, kita mungkin boleh, memang boleh dukung ARK. Kita tahu sendiri PRX mana gimana. Full thought of Jenkins is a good, really good player. His aim is, his aim is really consistent. His mentality, bro.
Or does it just go completely
It seems to be in Genji's playbook that the
Half as
Viper's
fuck,
pit
bro.
actually doesn't
Oh, he
exist.
commented on English.
It's the implication of danger.
Talk about English.
Judge in hand, Jemkin swing in the corner, able to find the quick headshot there to shut down Karen to making sure that he can't find any more value, but Lakia still managing to take out two. Even numbers. Sees finding no one. It's the haunt. Will get cleared. Meteor. Zappy finds one, finds the other, and now it is all on FFroody. Spike planted, just a cove to work with. The Tide still 25 seconds away. Looks like he wants to go on a walkabout, but he's getting ready to rotate potentially over into Texture's line of sight, but Texture pulls off the angle now.
Mereka main
I
bareng.
mean, I feel like, though, with the judge in hand, that Munchkin was actually considering the pit this round. Potentially, although that might have been just a cost-cutting measure to get Texture an operator. Why? Why no pit? Why no pit to cover this? Please.
There it is.
Okay, thank you, God. Oh.
Pit sent, Texture, Shorty in hand. That'll be the thing that finishes the half. 8-4, Gen G out in front as we get ready to swap sides.
It's that last round. That's the only round you need the pit for. That's it.
8-4.
I mean, whatever.
Ayo
They're
bisa
winning.
ARK.
And
You can do
Texture
this,
is,
man.
when he is
You can do this, ARK, man. We believe in you,
especially
man.
with those operators, tremendous player. And early on, getting himself started with those 4Ks. Again, setting the pace, setting the tone for Gen G. This team, I when I predicted this team today, it was almost purely on the back of firepower. Like in my gut, I'm like, there's just way too many nutso players. I'm not.
Gua dari masa depan Aki menang 13-1. Amin.
They are
bisa.
basically at the same caliber, but Gen G just seems to have a little bit more steadiness, especially in that operator department. That is really, Texture is really setting Gen G apart from RRQ right now.
Well, it's not over until it's over. We saw the very close run back from Gen G. The attempt there on split. Managed to go from 10-2 to, an 11-13 loss.
Is this single or double elimination? It's double.
Quite as desperate of a situation.
So if you lose on this bracket, you will kick to lower bracket, and you will against on lower bracket.
He's gonna take the first train.
Oh, I thought I saw Ramyan.
Oh, did you? I think it's a Tamyon.
Oh, I glanced.
Ini dari pagi ke tengah malam loh. Subuh lagi, bukan tengah malam subuh. Sekarang di sana udah jam 1.
And you're already usually running pretty low.
True.
Ini flip judder juga udah, kecapean ya dia. 2-12 man. 2-12. Tapi Karon juga sama 2-10 anjing.
On this attacker side, anemic were they on split?
They've been good about getting the second half pistols.
Oh, Jemkin.
He's in such a far forward position.
I think
Lockett kind of staring into this corner. Seems like he might have a decent idea that they're taking these spots on the map.
Exactly what I was just thinking, man. I think they at least have an awareness of it. I think that might have spotted him. Yep. Look at that.
There's the paranoia. The counter swing not coming through. 3 players now, 4 all vanishing in the blink of an eye.
Flashnya kena si Jemkin. Juga kena FFroody.
It's going to be 3-3 in pistols at the end of the day here. But Gen G are going to be the ones moving up to 9 rounds.
At the worst possible
ini nggak double elimination, jadi ini habis kalah dia turun ke bracket loser.
The good, what I liked about this round, I had to give a clap there. I was just kind of, because Gen G takes it slow. They wait until they get their information, and then it's an instant response from Karon with that paranoia. It hits a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And Elmimore tries to swing to bail it out, but Locky is accounting for it instantly. So everybody doing their job, everybody being on point for Gen G. Communication good, Meteor feeling good.
Everybody vibing here. Let's see, the kill picked up, but it's just going to be that one Sheriff coming in Estrella's hands. This Texture rushing forward, grabs this orb, but FFroody doesn't want to give his position away at all. Decides not to go for any kind of spray.
The old paper X here.
Oh boy.
Grab the orb and then immediately shift over to the other side of the map.
Arki tuh harusnya tadi mainnya jam 5.
Only more down to 25.
Ya nggak sih? Jam 3 atau jam 5? Jam 3 sama jam 5 gitu.
Through B main paint shells to try to slow them up. Estrella does manage to find the headshot. Meteor going to be taken down.
I'm full.
He had, but 4v4, wildly outgunned.
Tapi it's okay, awan.
They're just going to go for post plants. They've got a lot of utility available here.
Yeah, double stick fight here in their back pocket.
I love you.
The only one who's really tagged up at all, down to 79. Even then,
divisi Valo sih Arki kelihatan kurang dari Lunaster. Nggak kurang, cuman they are just better gitu musuhnya. Tapi bisa, gue yakin. Kayak TEPERCAYA. Waktu sebelum ada Arki, TEPERCAYA dulu, bener gak? TEPERCAYA dulu juga gak ada apa-apanya, butuh proses setahun baru bisa kebentuk gitu. Ya, gue yakin semua butuh waktu. Arki berarti udah setahun lebih. Oh, nice one Estrella. But no, emang dari awal masih udah kalah poin. Ini game ketiga. Menang 1-1. Sekarang rebutan 2.
So that's tremendous value. So yeah, okay. It's kind of reminiscent of the other side of the map where RRQ takes the pistol and immediately has a very difficult eco. They just barely scrape by, and Gen G.
Kalau kalah pulang nggak? Kalau kalah ke low bracket ke bawah. Gue yakin bakal ketemu Genji lagi. Soalnya bracket itu cuma ada Genji, TEPERCAYA sama Arki.
Flies in. Texture again, rushing forward. But the paranoia timing is absolutely gorgeous. Jemkin strikes him down. Flipshider swinging out. Will catch Meteor as well before he gets traded out by Lakia.
Indonesia best pro player Valo siapa? Forsaken. Untuk satu orang atau banyak orang? Kalau banyak orang Forsaken, X-Kuret, X-Vero, Elmimor, Flipjader, Monyet.
Yep, they had the double face. Stray ends up falling. 3v3 now, back into a winnable position for Gen G.
I like what they're doing here, though. They're not giving away any information, any cues.
Mind freak.
You're going to snag an orb, then maybe rethink to the other side of the map. Throw up the toxic screen to buy a little bit of extra time. Keep maybe a player or two planted.
Aaron kita nggak lupa. Aaron bagus banget.
More watching through mid, but if you just wrap all the way around the other side of the map, you know, you've got a pretty decent chance here that you're only going to have one player to worry about. If you can isolate and eliminate that player, all of a sudden this round becomes Gen G favored.
There's no early detect system in place right now, really, for RQ. The trap wire, that's going to be the first thing that they encounter.
Ior sebenarnya oke, bagus. Cuma sayangnya udah lagi nggak compete lane sekarang, lagi nggak di posisi pro player ya. Kan kita sekarang lagi sebutinnya aktif pro player. Revolusi jago tuh. Cuma kita masih belum lihat aja sekarang di AI gimana nanti. Gue doain Revolusi terbaik, gue yakin.
Rotating his way around, Cyber Cage coming through just to try to obfuscate as much as they possibly can. The paranoia at the ready, now going to be invested. Snakebite sent out, Elmimor down, so very low in HP. Spotted, shoulders enough to get the kill. Blast Pack's not going to be finding much of anything here. The Cope set up, Jemkin managing to hold the angle there on the flank. To get the defuse to half, shots coming down at the wall, will fall. Munchkin finding the kill. And now it is all on Jemkin to try to get this done, but he's just running out of time, he's running out of life.
Ada waktu lagi. Mereka tuh mainnya objektif banget sumpah. Ini orang Korea, mereka tuh sebenarnya tahu mereka tuh juga lagi capek gitu. Tapi karena mereka tahu mereka lagi capek, mereka mainnya objektif. Oh smart bro.
Assumption is it's still Lakia doing the IGLing, but sometimes those things shift around unbeknownst to us. But look, this is just great.
Oh, top G si Aaron di per sih kata gue gila cok. Aaron di per itu gue bener-bener kayak amazed banget yang sama dia. Karena dia clutch terus man, that's crazy bro.
That gives them the freedom to move around the map and they make great decisions with it.
Trap wire, but Texture spotting the hand.
Stop gitu texture lu gak bosan apa bunuh bantai orang terus. Ini kelihatan Arki udah mulai pasaran nih. Man, that's really nice try, Arki. It's okay, masih ada chance di low bracket. Tapi ya, mau EA24 ya kasih mereka coba sampai bener-bener kalah. Ingat guys, game belum selesai artinya belum kalah. Nice. See, I told you guys, game belum selesai artinya belum kalah. Kita mengakui kalah ketika gamenya selesai. So let them cook first guys ya. There is a chance.
Yeah, and maybe now can get that economy under control for RRQ. It's been bottom of the barrel, just scraping by with some of these rounds, and now you have to invest a lot here. The showstopper as well has to be used to make sure that it gets done, but that's fine because at this point it's going to take everything in the kitchen sink to claw your way back into this.
Yep. And see, finally, you know, a dent dealt here to Gen G's economy. 2 rifles, 2 sheriffs. Just quickly on the classic, keeping that Vandal hidden for the time being, but given the cash, you can expect that there's going to be at least a hero rifle in this. There's the swing out, Jemkin, good to shut it down, looking for a little bit more to go back, pedaling, Estrella, finding the headshot, runs out of bullets, has to pull away, Lakia with a nice answering headshot. We'll take out Jemkin, making sure they don't get away scot-free. Just backing away over onto the site. Smoke coming down, cutting off that alley access. Zlakia says, well, I might as well take this orb, because if I give it to Munchkin, he won't use the pit. So what's the use?
Yep, that's precisely, I believe, the mentality. I mean, what an interesting situation that Gen G found themselves in. They rattled off, what, 4 in a row here?
Susah gak sih kalau ini mau comeback? Bisa. Memang susah, tapi kan susah bukan berarti mustahil, bener gak? Kalau gue mulai jujur ya, gue sebenarnya udah ngantuk. Cuman gue pengen lihat Arki, gue pengen lihat dengan mata gue sendiri Arki menang. Kalau temen menang, gue pengen nonton sampai habis.
Is still going to be overall quite good. But RQ, they managed to string 2 rounds together.
I mean, it's been crazy close the whole day. And now maybe RRQ is going to push us into another deep second half. Unexpected on split away, and Gen G just answered the call.
GJ kata diundur guys, nggak jadi hari ini, hari Senin.
It's going to be RRQ's turn to rattle off a bunch of rounds in a row. Texture so deep.
Ini the last game.
Pretty sure his feet were spotted. Flipshatter just hanging out on top of Market. Manages to avoid the Trailblazer. No stun to be found. Paranoia sent in. Swings the corner. Finds Texture for a little bit more. And he manages to get the clip. Peter now lurked forward. Revealed. Takes so much damage. Is swiftly finished off by Elmi Moore.
Thank you for the 5K.
Now the last one standing is RRQ. You just posed the question. I think they replied. They are looking to run this back. They are looking to make this an elongated map.
No doubt. And they are right back in it. All of a sudden, it looks like Gen G's the ones who's a little bit off kilter, a little off balance, not really able to react in time. Now RQ's starting to play off of each other, starting to hit their shots when they need them. We're seeing that RRQ that we saw so often on their defender side on Split, where every reaction, every decision seemed to be nearly flawless. And here it's going to come down to Karon, really probably would like to save this gun.
I think he's going to have to.
Ideal situation.
Just hold on to it, pass it to, Texture.
Yeah.
As a hero rifle into the next round.
Gue yakin bisa 13-1.
I'd like to see a timeout here from Gen G.
I'm curious as to when they're going to decide to do that. Maybe this is the moment as they get ready to go into, a pseudo thrifty attempt in the next round.
Yeah. I think now's the time.
And they have that.
Kalau nggak delay beresnya jam berapa? 1:35. Jam 7 udah beres. Jam 7 tuh udah game Zeta sama GE itu udah kelar harusnya. Mana gitu deh dari pihak Koreanya.
And RRQ has kind of found a lot of the success that
Ya,
I think we saw in Split, where they're absorbing a lot of the early utility, putting themselves
right before the smoke bloom.
I mean, that second shot was nuts, and then doesn't have many bullets left and puts them to good use. So, but I mean, they're doing a good job of. Yes, thank you, Solo. He heard my cries.
Doesn't want this to get any closer than it already has.
I mean,
so far, this is only one time out apiece. So
yeah.
As things continue to get closer, one team tries to stretch away from the other, we could see the rest of those utilized here very quickly.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's so important.
Yeah. I mean, Gen G win the next round, RQ.
Yeah.
No choice but to use that timeout.
And it's. We've talked about it a couple times today, but just how incredibly fast and furious this kickoff is, how little room for error there is to get yourself to Masters Madrid, which is so important for getting those championship points.
Yeah.
To try to get yourself to Champions Korea, which is nice to say that now.
That's true. We can say that out loud.
We can say that out loud.
Oh my God. It feels amazing.
It's no longer the quiet part. It is now the out loud part.
Well, Gen G. They're putting their proficiency for pulling off thrifty wins on display throughout the first 2 maps.
And you nailed it. They just gave Texture the rifle. Like, here you go.
Yep. Also has that showstopper. Looks like he's just baiting, trying to see if anyone's going to swing off that Prowler, but seems like RQ knowing better.
Oh, gue cuci muka tadi guys. Biar mata gue nggak berat.
Showstopper at the ready could find an immense amount of value.
Still have one more flash to clear an extra angle. Here to use that Paranoia to clear the right-hand corner of elbow. But they're kind of playing with RRQ's mind here a little bit because
Coba ini kalau ARK comeback ya. Gacor. Buset dah itu venue gelap amat. Itu yang gue pikirin juga kayak mereka main gelap-gelap gitu. Kalau ngantuk minum fruitnya gue minum banyak banget tadi. Lo pemain utama ARK kah? Gue nggak main. Sorry. Enggak. Gue bukan tim ARK, tim pro player. Gue bagian dari konten kreatornya. Nice. Itu 11-8, 11-9, 11-10, 11-11, 11-13.
Within the smoke, the camera not spotting anything. The Paranoid gonna go wide. He gets the dink, but cannot get the kill. The counter swing out. FFroody will find the last elimination. As RQ now 4 rounds consecutively here for themselves. They continue the run back.
Amin. Menang. Gua udah letak komitmen gua di ARK dan gua percaya sama ARK, man.
It pays dividends. See all those bullets in that box. That's all Jemkin there, just baiting for Estrella. Just diverting all the attention.
I believe in ARK, bro.
Simple plays like that can benefit you mightily. Your opponents don't recognize it. Okay, Genji's turn for a lot of ultimates in a buy, and this one, you know, you really want to get this one for Genji.
Gue cuma harap semoga ARK gak ada bikin momen blunder sih. Ini kan sekarang di Genji apa bypass ya. Kalau Genji kalah si nah Kamehameha lagi dong. Texture is crazy, bro.
Boombot goes off inside of the smoke. It's a little bit of damage as the reveal comes through. Texture pulling away, however. Not looking to get spammed out. As the pit will be invested.
Oh, hell yeah.
Munchkin decides to use it, but now the Reckoning coming through, just trying to force them back. Still at the ready. One since used. Paint shells now flying from either side. Poke is thrown down. Jemkin finding one, pushes up, takes out Karen, but now fight in to delay. The Cope gets broken down. The spot for Meteor. A 3K pickup as he finds FFroody.
28. Ya kita bikin tie.
And no hope in hell. Creeping forward, he will be found. And Genji, they will break the win streak. As well as the Spears as they move themselves up to match point.
Kalau gue suka main di gelap-gelap sih.
AC hit here for Genji. The pit implemented once they can get just enough space so it covers the tip of the site. They're able to get that plant
Kenapa lu gak masuk pro player ARK aja? Bukan gak mau. Gue gak bisa, guys. Gue cuma player biasa. Gue cuma orang yang suka main game.
Once that initial barrage of mollies is dodged by Genji, then that pit is so difficult to displace.
Tadi aja Genji bisa 10-2 kejar sampai 11-10.
I mean, just exactly what I've been really wanting to see from Genji since I started noticing the pits were being neglected.
We're lacking.
Yeah.
Well, the last time out here for RQ, Genji still have one more. So even if this does come down to an 11-12 scoreline, they can once again pump the brakes and try to come up with a solid game plan to turn things around and finally close things out.
And they'll probably get another ult or two back into cycle by then. Most likely.
Sure.
It can depend, but
masih bisa menang, bisa. Tapi chance-nya mungkin kecil karena di posisi Genji udah unggul. Genji itu sekarang udah dibilang kayak mereka udah mainnya lepas, sedangkan ARK gak bisa main gitu lepas karena mereka di situasi kalah poin. Gue gak ada rutin, gue cuma pakai sampo udah selesai.
The only ult that we have available right now for the side of RQ. Still away from the showstopper if Gem can get the ball rolling here in the round. So now it's just going to be clear out on the Haunt. And big wraparound over in towards mid here from Estrella, leaving Elmimore very much on an island.
Now they're trying to just gain all this mid control off the back of the high tide, and they're being given it. As it's just a trap wire to watch Genji's back. This is a full-on A commit.
Oh gila, teksturnya spam bisa kena tuh. Langsung mati.
Come through and Genji might just be ready to finish this one out. The trap wire around the back. Gonna give the reveal. Now they know. Munchkin turning his sights over there for a brief little moment. Now just retreats in towards the site itself. Allows for Texture to move up. Get tucked away. Center able to find one. Meteor gone. The wall raised. Texture. Maybe look at the push off the back of this one. And there it is. What is that transfer? Texture coming up with 2. And it's all on Flipshider. Everybody corralled in the same position, but he has just no damn idea. Jumps forward, gets into the smoke. Tap on the spike. Pushes out. Finds one.
Oh no, nice try Arki. Oh gila, Korea sih gila banget ya.
13-8 here on Sunset.
Nice try banget Arki. It's okay, masih ada lower bracket. Kan masih ada lower bracket kan? Kita lihat.
I mean, yet another absolute nail biter between these two teams. This rivalry delivers once again.
Oke, berarti Peppers kan udah di sini. Genji lawan Peppers, Decider. Jadi ini Peppers lawan Genji udah pasti menang Peppers. Tapi kita nggak tahu karena ada tekstur yang gila. Terus dari Decider kemungkinan Arki ketemu si Genji. Semoga sih ketemu si Genji. Karena kalau Arki ketemu Genji, Arki udah tahu cara main Genji gimana. Jadi satu-satu harapan untuk ini biar bisa menang qualified ya ketemu Genji sampai ketemu Peppers. Kalau Arki ketemu Peppers di bawah mungkin agak sedikit PR banget. It's okay. Kita semua doain terbaik untuk Arki di Decider nanti. Berarti untuk besok kita nonton ya besok ya. Ini kan di reschedule ya ini. Ya ini diganti besok berarti. 18 Februari.
A very solid effort here from the side of RQ, but yes, unfortunately, not able to find their revenge here today. 3-0 as far as the Orbs are concerned in their overall head-to-heads across last season and now today. Genji is not allowing them to get that win. 2 maps.
Yes, kayak gini. Berarti ya kita berharap semoga Arki ketemu Genji lagi baru kita kemungkinan besar qualified-nya bisa. Jadi urutan untuk upcoming ini besok bakal ada Jetta Division vs Global Esport, ada si Geng, Team Secret vs Talon Esport, ada Talon Esport, ada si Governor. Ya kan Governor kan? Terus DRX vs Detonation gue tau siapa. Baru nanti Genji vs Pepperex. Baru Bleed lawan yang kalah, T1 menang dari bracket itu. Arki tanggal 21 baru main lagi. Itu jadwalnya. Nonton Sentinel gak sih? Nonton sih, cukup mana ntar Champion Tour Amerikas bukan? Champion Tour Amerikas. VCL, VCT, VCL. Mana sih?
Congratulations Genji. I'm standing here with Meteor and
VCT. Oh ini Amer.
Congratulations once again guys. Now today it was a long day, but first off Texture, you were firing on all cylinders. You know,
SK Gaming. Oh ini dia.
오늘 텍스처 선수 너무
Loud vs Sentinel yang bakal main Tense, Geng, Sesi, Jelsis, John QT. 2 orang ini sebenarnya. Geng jago banget, John QT gue gak ngerti ini orang kenapa otaknya bisa gila banget. Lawan Sadak, Kwazin itu ini kita nonton kalau gak salah. Laut ini orang gila semua. Kwazin Quick. Kali ini Laut tanpa ada Aspas. Jujur ya, Laut tanpa Aspas ya menurut gue kayak jadi biasa aja. Kayak gak ada sesuatu amazing cuy kalau misalnya Laut tanpa Aspas. Aspas yang kemarin carry habis-habisan di Laut aja karena momentumnya dibawa sama si Aspas. Jadi gue gak bisa bayangin kalau tanpa Aspas itu gimana cuy. Aspas kan pindah. Aspas pindah ke mana guys? Kegiatan T1 Energy. Nah ini yang seru nih. Demon One. Energy Bantai Furia. Demon One Victor 3327 headshot percentage 26 biasa aja berarti. Yang GG tuh dari sini semua tuh Ethan tuh underrated kan. Ethan dia pakai duelnya cuma pakai Euro waktu di per, tapi sisanya pakai inisiator. Inisiator dia tuh gokil juga cok. 3724. Ethan tuh dari pro CS dulu. Kalau kalian ada main CS dia dari CS. Tapi ya lawan gini wajar menang sih.
사실 팀의 메인 듀얼리스트
13-10, 13-8, easy game.
조금은 어려울 수도
Ethan itu tuh gila nih.
결정과 그리고 이제 다른 요원들을 좀 습득하는
Leviathan ya? Ini bukan? Aspas. Ada Kom yang kemarin yang bikin comeback lawan PRX. Masih ingat gak Sofa di Asen? Kom. King gue gak tahu, gue gak pernah lihat dia. Mazino sama King gue gak pernah lihat. Paling Aspas sama Kom doang. Sisanya gue gak tahu. Tex. Siapa Tex? Oh, Tex yang di The Guard. Oh wait, Tex yang di The Guard yang nggak jadi yang nggak jadi masuk itu, maksudnya nggak jadi The Guard organisasinya parah cuy. CEO-nya nggak tanggung jawab sumpah. Untung ditarik Leviathan. Easy bubar kah? Easy nge-kick semuanya. Lawan siapa? Under Thief ya. Duh, Under Thief harus ganti cok. Susah sih. Sarosal jago cuman sayang masih lebih jago yang lain. King juga sebelumnya dari tim mana? Oh, King emang dari awal Leviathan.
이제 젠지가 공격적이고 화끈한 스타일을 좀 추구하는 것 같아 보이거든.
Guard inactive. Guard kan udah bubar. Maksudnya kayak udah kemarin tuh kan kemarin di VCL The Guard juara 1. Harusnya The Guard sekarang udah di posisi kayak di Blitz, mereka harusnya udah di VCT. Udah qualifier, udah ke ini ke franchise. Tapi karena dari CEO-nya ada bikin mistake sampai kayak kalau nggak salah gagal daftar deh. Maksudnya kayak kalau daftar atau gak diurusin, makanya The Guard gak bisa masuk. Nah, anak-anak terpaksa juga minta lepas dari The Guard supaya bisa masuk ke tim. Makanya masuk ke Leviathan beberapa. Masuk ke Leviathan, masuk ke sana, ya pindah sana pindah sini gitu. Katanya Severin di Revenant iya. Itu dong sih paling yang kita nonton seru. SK Gaming ada siapa? Felix, Kido, Medo, Muri, Lozen, nggak kenal semua. Udah paling itu yang seru. Fokus. Ini yang perempuan, tim fokus. Arki masih main-main tapi tanggal 21 guys. 21. Tanggal 21 baru main lagi. Ya udah guys, kalau gitu gue mau istirahat dulu, gue bakal lempar kalian semua ke Frost Misty. Ya titip salam buat Frost Misty ke Profesor ya guys ya. I will see you guys besok kalau gue sempat kita watch party bareng, alright guys. So ya gue tidur dulu guys, gue liat mata gue udah kayak capek banget. Ya guys, thank you so much guys, I love you guys, God bless you all, semoga kalian otak gue udah gak jalan lagi. Dadah guys.